Sorry, I was just sorting out Ellie, so I was a little bit late to come and get fixed up and actually come live on the Starcraft. I got the tournament started, then I went to sort out Ellie quick. So apologies for that. Hello everyone. How are we doing? We're gonna get into our first match here in just a few moments' time. As we work our way through the 3v3 today, and we'll be going into there's a round of 8 match that's already set, so we'll just do that to begin with, and we'll just go from there and see what happens. It's going to be pretty much the plan. It's going to be what we do. So, yeah. Garrett Max Bax in Spirit is the clear front runner. Yeah, the Garrett Max Bax in Spirit actually really were very good last time we had 3v3 as well, so I 100% expect them to look really good. As we've just swapped servers, we'll get ready to go again. Hello everybody, how are we feeling? Hopefully great. Thank you so much for joining us. I was going to kick off into some action in just a few moments' time. Get this all underway. Hope everyone is doing good. Wardy's been goated by the Divine Sandwich. You know, but Jesus, thank you for the 50,000 point redemption. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I hope you're all feeling good. Hope you're all feeling fantastic. Good to see you guys. And yeah, we're going to get underway here in just a little bit as we'll get up and rolling. Yeah, we'll get this all started and see what goes down. I didn't realize, so this is kind of wild as well, but I was just coming from the Star Trek stuff, and I was looking through some of the bonuses and stuff, and I didn't realize, but apparently, if you, I'm not advocating that you guys do this. I'm just saying that it's a thing that apparently, like, if you when you guys purchase a $20 like in-game thing, I get $30. I'm just like, I was like, what? Because I see one on there, and I assume that's the one that I bought, like, because I bought a $20 thing, and I was like, so I spent $20 and I get $30. I'm just like, man, that's so perplexing. That's why I've got a confused look on my face. So, yeah. But hello. Yeah, it's StarCraft 2 time, guys. We just came out with a sponsorship. We did StarCraft earlier. Now we're back to StarCraft. I have to do a sponsor in between. Lovely. Alright, we're gonna get into some action. Like I say, thank you for joining us today, guys. What's up, Danny the Veteran? How you doing? Oh, gifting out a sub to Catholic SC2. You miss you, Thermal? Miss you, Thermal Computing. Yeah, I kind of miss you, Thermal Computing as well. He still plays here and there, though. No you, Thermal today. And it's like, our team doesn't care about the maps, so if they don't care about the maps, you can just host some games. I'm like, I have no idea what the maps are. My investment into this 3v3 is definitely in a interesting space. Alright, we're going to take a couple of moments. We're going to get rolling here. Again, thank you so much for joining us for some 3v3 action. Going to be pretty chill, pretty fun. We're not going to take this too seriously or anything, guys. Just going to have a fun little day of StarCraft 2. As we jump into Sentinel, apparently, for map number 1. Iba, Fajumi, and Kukut. Kaukut. I actually don't know who that is or how to say their name, but they're going to be taking on DNS, Shadone, and +1, who was there third? Nocti, right? Yes, Nocti. I was trying to remember. I was like, it begins with an N, and I just can't quite remember who it is. YouTube thumbnail says 2v2. I know. So, I will tell you what happened is that basically, I didn't make the thumbnail earlier, and then I had to do the sponsorship between the last event and this one, and so I was just trying to, put something up on the stream ASAP to get the YouTube channel live. So forgive me that it says 2v2. If a lot of people show up and they came for 2v2 and they're not happy with 3v3, I will go through the effort to change it. I just didn't think people... I thought it would at least get the point across. I just didn't have a chance. Excuses, Wardy always has them. What's up, Fear Dragon? How you doing today? I always have excuses. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. At least I'm still allowed to teach, unlike you. Freaking losing your graduate degree. Idiot. Shouldn't have cheated, bro. Fear Dragon always the scumbag in his dreams. Blaming it on other people. Thank you for the bits, by the way. I appreciate it. You're still mad at me. I would have it no other way, Ravi. I would have it no other way. You didn't cheat. If you did, you would have passed? Oh no, you just failed? Well, I mean, maybe you shouldn't have failed. Maybe you should have, you know, worked harder. Been a better student. Done better in your examination. I mean, you know, you can say so many things. Am I planning to do more 2v2? So this is the last tournament where we have funding for the team games. This was all funded by, Crate Entertainment, actually. So if you want to check out Crate Entertainment, you can ! Crate in the Twitch chat. But they've made some cool games such as Grim Dawn and a couple other games as well. So yeah, check them out. They funded this. And yeah, basically 2v2 is kind of a 2v2, 3v3, etc. is kind of a weird thing for me to run because the viewership isn't there to justify putting in enough prize money that you need to get people to play, right? So it's one of those, it's kind of a little bit weird because you kind of need a little bit more prize money than usual to get people to play 2v2 because the prize is split between two people. But then also, like, to actually kind of run a 2v2 event doesn't get as much viewership, so it's very hard to justify putting money into it, you know? So, yeah, it's a little bit tough, but I'm always down to do more. Eutham was telling me about running some 2v2 stuff as well. I feel like I stopped replying to him halfway through that conversation. I did. Yeah, I literally just remember that I forgot to finish replying to him. I was in the middle of casting, I think. Hey, yay, yay. Oh, I'll send you a reply right now. But yes, yeah, 8 days ago, by the way. You know what it is? I have a vivid memory of thinking I need to get back to casting. I'll reply to that later as well. And literally, as you guys have mentioned, Eutham, I'm like, oh my god, I did not reply to Eutham. But yeah, I always love to try and run some team games. It's just continuously running team games is tough. I also am a big believer that running... I think team games are best in small doses, like once a month or so is pretty fun. Anything more than that is pretty like... I already kind of start seeing the same strats coming about and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know. There's only so much like watching a Terran player feed the pros player Phoenix into like Stargate Skytoss mech that you can really watch and be like, yay! But maybe, I mean, maybe there's more to it than that. It's just like, I feel like that's what it kind of comes down to once we start seeing a lot of it, stuff coming through, so... Sorry, if your teammate leaves, you cannot load them. Oh, you get control of their units? I think you do, yes. If they leave, you can take full control of their stuff. Yeah. We just have a moment, guys. So basically, one of the players somehow got their account locked from Europe. So they are getting another account up and running and will be here soon, but that's what the delay is. So just a few moments, no big issue. Just, I mean, kind of a big issue. Their account's locked, but not really a big issue. We'll get it sorted, I'm sure, and we'll just get on with it as soon as possible. So yeah, getting that figured out, guys. Be back on track. In fact, there they are loading into the game as we speak. So it looks as though we should be good here in a few moments to get into our first 3v3 of the day. Alright. These guys are, we're just having a little bit of fun in the lobby as we get started up as well. Alright. Go, 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 go. And double check Team DNS is ready, and we're going to kick off into our first match of the day, guys. Thank you for a little bit of patience as we make our way into the 3 event. Coming back to some Starcraft 2. And thanks for joining us. It looks like we are good. Alright, Sentinel going to be our opening map. We're going to load into this. Like I say. As we load on in, we get ready to go on Sentinel. We're going to take this into place. Let's get this going. Take this off. Is the bracket finalized? Yes. Should be. I haven't clicked the start tournament button. Hang on. I'll click start, but yes, it is finalized. Everyone should be playing. I don't think there's any walkovers either. Everyone has found opponents and stuff, which is good. Unless there's 2 teams that both didn't show up. Probably should have checked that. Hang on. Let me do a quick check to see if I can confirm everyone's here. Who have I seen? Seen someone from that team. I believe I saw someone from that team. I see someone from that team. Cool, we're good. Every match has opponents playing. Alright. In the bottom right-hand side, I did not get them to color coordinate, guys, so they're going to be a rainbow of colors in these opening matches. We'll try and get them to be a bit more color coordinated a bit further down the line, as it is going to be Iba, Kukut, and Jumi in the bottom right, while DNS, Shadone, and Nocti will play in the upper left. Double Protoss Zerg versus double Protoss Terran. This is basically a battle of the Terran versus Zerg balance matchup, because both sides have 2 Protoss players, so whichever side wins, the Terran or the Zerg is clearly overpowered. We all know how balance works and balance discussions at a high level, so that just makes sense. There's our hatch and our gas coming through. Just going to get the drone to drop down a little spawning pool there. This probe coming across the map here from Shadone as well, just going to come straight over for a few moments. Again, Cybercore dropping down into place. And yeah, we just take a few moments of settling down. So you have our probe getting all the way down to the south and into the base to keep seeing what's going on. Nexus Cybercore coming up. It's going to be seeing the spawning pool coming through the hatchery. Again, that spawning pool coming online as we just get ourselves the barracks over here built. And that's a 2nd and 3rd barracks. So we are going to go to 3 racks on the opening with this command center. So that was being pinged by the opposition, saying, hey, look, guys, they're 3 racksing us. Let's take care. Let's be careful. Let's be a little bit aware of that, you know. So a little bit of awareness is gathered. As that probe continues around again, couple of lings and queens all in production here currently. Our next is still building up. Our assimilator is coming through. Continue to get going. What are you poking fun at the refined and noble balance binders? I'm not poking fun at anyone. This is how it works. Look, it's 3v3. The casting is not going to be extremely serious today. I can promise you that much from the very start, you know. How's that pro patrols? It's going to be seeing our gateway going down. So just going to settle this into place. Just going to be seeing our probe still moving about as well. So a little bit of action coming through here. We get set up just for a little bit. You see where we get to is that Stalker going to go pinging away at the Overlord. So Overlord will take some shots, taking some damage. Yeah, pushed around. The Marine's going to get underneath as well. So that will fall pretty early. 3v3 definitely does kind of get set up as... Sorry, not best of one, best of three. Just getting into this, I've gone... You know what it is? I usually do it straight away, and if I forget, I usually see it because I look at the scores or something, but I'm not used to looking in the middle of the screen there, so... Yes, it is best of three. Everything today, best of three, maybe best of five finals. Honestly, depends how long it takes. Like, if this starts to go pretty quickly, we will just do best of five finals. If it takes a little bit longer, we'll do a best of three finals, basically, is what we're probably looking at. As Team Iba, Kukut, and Jumi get aggressive. I'm trying to hit this left side base of Shadone. DNS did start to go into Phoenix here as how things will hunt. I mean, Shadone just has to completely fall away. Terran only really has Marines, and they're all on their own. Our French team is not doing a great job of kind of fighting together. First, Shadone had to retreat on his own. Then Nocti's units just got jumped on. Now DNS is kind of on his own. Where's Shadone's units? He has a Void right now. They just don't have a lot right now. This is basically they've been teching up. And while they've been teching up, the other team is now just spamming basic units. And we're about to see DTs running in as well. DNS says GG. He's dead. As, yeah, it's going to be a quick GG. And Kakut, Iba, and Jumi take game number one of this opening best of three today. So there you go. First game goes the way of... I don't know what to call that team, to be honest. Obviously, DNS's team is Team France. I'm not sure what to do on the other side. Anyways, we'll get into this. Game number two coming up in a few moments' time. We'll see how this continues. I'm just going to run ads, guys, just because 3v3 I do feel like has a tendency to potentially go long. So I'll just run some ads to make sure we don't end up with ad issues, just in case. Because it's still early on and we need to kind of create a little bit of space. If it's another fast game, then we'll be very good on ads for the next series and stuff, though, so... Gone the way of the Phoenix. Yeah, I guess it's kind of weird if you're kind of got a couple players tacking up and the other team just all out goes, like, to try and kill you. Definitely makes it a little bit of a difficult scenario, right? There used to be some tactics where one or more players left so Zerg got extra minerals at the start of the game. You can do that without leaving. You can just send all of your minerals to the Zerg. Like, you can just send money over. In theory, if you leave, like, the Zerg gets all of your income, but then you're missing an entire player of macroing, basically. Whereas, the way you can do it now is one player just macros their race, and you still just send the money across, you know? Just send them the money constantly. Feeding, that's what they call it. It's not actually best, I mean, you could feed Zerg, but I actually think it's best to feed Protoss and feed Phoenix, basically. There used to be a time cap on how you can send minerals? Okay, well, you know the ins and outs more than I do. I actually do remember back kind of in the day leaving was a strap, but now you mention, I do actually kind of somewhat remember like people doing it, but I thought people had just figured out you could just send money instead and it was easier, or it was better to have a second player in the game, but sign-ups closed. Yeah, sorry matey. Everyone's in round one already. I know I didn't put this one up or let people know about it very well. Being overwhelmed with the holidays. Sad. Yeah, there's not even anyone with like a... Yeah. Next time, matey. I'll actually message you next time we have one. Instead of I just got caught up. I didn't put it up. on Liquid or anywhere. I just... Busy days. Busy days. Chef's getting cool. We're still a rainbow of colors, guys. Sorry, I will get on top of that at some point as well. As we have Ibek, Kut, and Jumi all setting up, taking on DNS, Shadone, and Nocti, who are down a game in this best of 3. So let's see if they can bounce back in the early stages. So game number 2. Kind of cheering on them to bring it back a little bit, you know? Kind of cheering for them to get there. I believe. I believe. Doing bets. If you want bets, remind me before the next series. I'm happy to put some up for you. Honestly, I'm just so out of habit of putting bets on. So if you guys want bets, just remind me before series and remind me after to pay them out. I'm very happy to do it. I just honestly, my biggest issue is just remembering to do it. So if you guys remind me to do it, then it's a whole lot easier, you know? A whole lot easier. Because we got the CC into position. Cybercore, Nexus, Assimilator, all coming through. Drop this Nexus down from DNS. Over here, Probe is going to go patrolling. Pylon coming up. And then we get ourselves up and running for a few moments. Set up and see where we are going to go. Yeah, next coming through on both sides. Everyone's expanding pretty much. We do not have anyone without an expansion at this stage, so full expansion mode. And we do actually have some tech structures coming down for Jumi and O, which means that they are going to have themselves a they're going to have themselves some tech coming online, and maybe a little bit of a later attack than what we saw last time, which was just pure units with not really any tech attached at all. Was Uthermal invited to this? Yeah. I mean, it's an open cup, so it was. Did I message Uthermal and say, hey, you can come play in this? No, because it's just open. But he was absolutely welcome to play. I do think I did a bad job of promoting this one, guys. I just was very late to. Like I said, I've just been caught up with the holidays. I'm a little bit behind schedule in general. Life's been a bit overwhelming lately. If you basically, my month so far, my month of December was. I can't remember what was happening originally, but we'll just take it from, like, I was a little bit busy in the first place. I set up a lot of Starcraft 2 to do, and I went to Home Story Cup. I came back from Home Story Cup and was sick. Helen got sick because I was sick. We went away for a weekend where he tried to, you know, chill out even though we were both sick. When we got home from our somewhat relaxing trip that wasn't quite relaxing because we were sick, we picked up Ellie. Ellie then had a bad leg. Ellie had a bad leg for a week. I had to look after her. I didn't get to go on my computer at all. That was for more than a week. That was like a week and a half to 2 weeks, and then it was Christmas. So my my entire month has just been, and on top of that, I've had more tournaments than usual to organize. I've run a lot of stuff this month, and like I say, I've had less time at my computer to do stuff because I was downstairs with Ellie because she couldn't come up the stairs. So it's just been a very busy month. So I have not done the best of jobs at promoting certain things or passing on certain messages and stuff like that. The replay pack has still not been made as well. I appreciate it too. That's still missing as well. Like I've just been behind on life because of those kind of reasons. So fortunately, that's where I'm at. Uthermal's the barcode guy. No, Uthermal's not playing today. Uthermal is not playing. The barcode is Nocti. That's our few SCVs. Gonna get to mining. I am the circuit. I can't do everything. I don't think I am the circuit, but. Yeah, no Warditv events for January. So you guys can sit back and relax and not have to worry about all the Warditv events getting in the way of schedules and stuff. And just enjoy some other tournaments for a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately, I talked a little bit about this yesterday. I don't want to... I kind of want to get the message out, but I don't want to like hop on about it too much. But very quickly, TLDR is... December was not as good as December. Usually December is one of our best months of the year, and it was absolutely not this year. For whatever reason, the ad revenue just wasn't there, the stream support just wasn't there, etc. But just fine, that happens. But obviously I put a lot of money into events this month, so I basically just have to take, at the very least, January off from running events, because I just can't afford to run events right now. We have other tournaments going on throughout January, so hopefully with those we can still, stream a good amount and hopefully still get some momentum going on the stream. And get some funds going to run some events in February and so on. But yeah, this is, as always, we are in a world where I am just trying to run as many events as possible. I can only run as much as we make money to run. So yeah, like I say, just unfortunate. I don't know why, but December just was not popping as much as usual. Like the viewership's been there. It's not like the viewership dipped off. Just sub count wasn't there. Donations were not really there, and the ad revenue wasn't there, which usually, even if the other things don't happen, like those, that happens. Winter months people can't afford to support, that's fine. Usually the ad revenue is pretty constant. This month it really wasn't. It was bad. So couple stalkers coming through. I'm just gonna be having our Phoenix coming over. The stalkers will get there. Phoenix will take some shots. Who's Nocti? I believe just a French player. Was, I think, GM for a while, but I don't think they play at a very serious or high level. More recently. I could be incorrect on that. They might still play a little bit. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. As DNS, the Phoenix come through. Obviously, a lot of damage done because there was the Nidus and the Swarm Host, and we lost a base. So DNS at least has the Phoenix, but boy, do they need to do some work, as the Swarm Host already did a lot, and there's definitely potential for them to do more. If they can find their way towards more bases, they've already gotten rid of 2 different bases. Basically, Nocti is the guy who is going to be kind of left alive here, as he's going to play mech, which is pretty traditional for the Terrans in the world of 3v3 or just team games in general. Going to be seeing our Phoenix flying through. The Stalker's going to continue to get there. Again, our +2 attack coming up on the Forge, and we do see the Barrack 10 chased away as well. Are they changing the ad monetization algorithm again? Yeah, I don't know. There was also the adpocalypse, they called it, where, yeah, like, apparently Twitch got hurt by ads because of controversial stuff. But, like, I didn't think that was affecting me at first, but then it seems to have gotten worse throughout December, so I wonder if Twitch just didn't get as many holiday deals as they usually... Because usually the ad revenue pops off during December. Yeah, usually the ad revenue pops off during December, but this year it really just... Yeah, I mean, maybe my viewership hasn't been as good throughout as well. Maybe I'm overestimating a little bit. Our revenue for the Christmas Day games was actually pretty decent. I just checked that. So that was actually okay. So yeah, maybe I'm... Let me have a look. Compare this year's Christmas Day games to last year's. That's a good indicator. Oh no! Oh my god! Holy shit! We made so much on the Christmas Day games last year. Okay, so our viewership for Christmas Day games was about 75% of last year's peak viewership, but we also had YouTube running a decent viewership as well. So like that wasn't a big deal. But we were about 40% of ad revenue compared to last year on Christmas Day games. So yeah, it's not been a pretty month basically for us, I guess, ad revenue. So rise, so yeah. So I was gonna get rid of a few more of the Hellions. We at least got the Valorant bonus subs. Yeah, I guess so. We only, I mean, they've gifted 14 subs. That's what, like plus $90. That's don't get me wrong, $90 is not nothing, but it's not making up for seeing like a 50+% decrease in ad revenue, you know. So yeah, apparently ad revenue is in the bin, which is very sad because, like I say, in December it usually peaks up a whole bunch, and I do kind of base a lot of my stuff on ads, you know. A long time ago, I stopped trying to prioritize monetizing through viewers and try to monetize through adverts instead, because I thought it was a much more consistent and safer way to monetize the streams, because in case people couldn't afford to support, we could always have the ads. So as long as the viewership's there, in theory, we always make the money we need to make. Obviously, it doesn't work as much if the ad revenue randomly drops off, so... Anyways, just going to be seeing this fight continue. Sorry, I really don't mean to go on and on about this stuff, but I do like to be transparent with you guys. I got a lot of sponsor content, which is going to help. Yeah, we actually got, so basically on Stream Elements, which is just one of the streaming things I use, a lot of the sponsors that I have not gotten over the past year have suddenly popped up again, and they all popped up at once. So, for example, the Star Trek Fleet Command that's up right now, and some others that we is basically the first of those, and hopefully we can just string a bunch of those together back to back. So TLDR, if you want to support the stream for free, check that out, but I'll talk about that more after this fight, because this fight is obviously going big, as the Swarmers are doing a lot. The Immortal count is good, but I don't think it's going to save the day here, as we're just going to be able to break through the tank line as well. This base of the Protoss is going to go down. All those Immortals are going to have fallen. And I think we're going to have ourselves a 2-0 as GG gets called. And yeah, we are going to have a 2-0 to start off the day. So there you go. As yo, Sinstra 007. Thank you so much for the prime sub. Appreciate it. As I'm going to smooth through, Siege Tank is going to go down. Just going to be seeing the Stalkers coming about. The Locusts are going to pop. It's all going to help. Yeah. Going to be seeing those Locusts dropping through. Stalker's going to blink over. We've got some Tempest and a Mothership, which is kind of neat. I mean, if there's a way to kind of create some survival here, that might be it, but I'm not going to hold my breath as GG continues to be called. And that will be our non-French team, Ibajumi and Kokot. I don't know how to say Kokot's name properly, but they are going to advance through to the round of 4. So they go to the round of 4 already. Actually have another round of 8 match ready, which is the Geralt Max Packs matchup. So I think they're going to go soon against Mindel VK Braddock and company. So actually we can jump into that one, and that'll just be our next match. So yeah. Thanks so much for that Prime sub. Yes, we do have sponsored content, and these sponsorships are really cool because they really come down to, like, you guys can basically get them to pay us more by playing the game. I appreciate these games are not for everyone, but if you want to support the stream for free, one of the best things you can do right now is to !star in the Twitch chat, and to download Star Trek Fleet Command. Right? So, you download it. If you play through basically the intro, first 2 minutes or so, you will give $1 to the stream. If you play for about 30 to 60 minutes and you play it somewhat if you just speed through, click the buttons, and you get to like level 6, you can use your speed up so you don't have to do any of the waiting around or anything like that. So if you just kind of speed through like the whole thing, you use all your speed ups to build your buildings ASAP, and you get to level 6, you get an extra $2 on the stream, but also basically at around that point, you also get to build your second ship, and that adds $9 to the stream. So one of the best things you can do right now is to check out the sponsor, play it for like half an hour here or there. Like I say, if you just speed through, build up your second ship, I think is a great point to get to. If you play the first 10 minutes and you're not about it at all, do not feel like you have to go further. If you want to do something that's very significant to help, I mean, if 20 people, put it this way, if 20 people, how do I want to do the math here? Okay, if 20 people downloaded the game and played 30 to 60 minutes while watching the stream and built their second ship, we would essentially fund 2 weeks of Warditv Mondays from my point of view, because Warditv Mondays is put on by like a couple of different people, like it's funded, but like that's my contribution to Warditv Mondays covered. If just 20 people go and spend 30 to 60 minutes, at any point you can do it on your phone, you can do it on your computer. So yeah, super easy way to support. Like I get that not everyone wants to play these games. So I 100% get that. We're probably not going to convince 20 people to play it for an hour. But these are the sort of things which the reality is running StarCraft 2 events is not cheap. These are the kind of things that I just have to do, and we have to push people to do to try and fund as many tournaments as possible. That is kind of where we are at on the stream. I mean, we've always done this because I've always been kind of quite business smart, I would say, in terms of like, hey, look, tournaments aren't cheap, so go, we always do the sponsors, we always push the sponsors, but this is why. Because, like, right now, like, ad revenue's not holding up, subscription numbers are not quite there as well, you know? So as long as those things aren't quite there, we just have to do the best we can and, you know, take advantage of stuff like sponsors coming around. We've not had a sponsor like this for, like I say, about a year. So it'd be really nice to come in and make a good splash on it and like really come through and be like, you know, let's go. You know, let's show them that it's worth, you know, giving this community a few more of these sponsors to try and take advantage of. It helps us out a bunch, basically. So yes. Like I said, I don't love selling out in this way all of the time. I appreciate, like, I'm pushing a game on you guys quite heavily. It's just the way it is right now. It's just the way that it's just the way the stream is up. So like I say, not the end of the world. Just it's just where we are. Gonna get into this other round of 8 matchup, guys. Like I say, that's gonna be between Geralt, Max Pax, and Spirit versus Mindel, VK, Braddock, and who's their third? Sorry, Strange. Lemon, Miru, and Dia move through into the match against Shameless, GG, Machine, and Tiger on the bottom. And just as I'm in the lobby, guys, I'm going to be 1 sec. I'll be right back with you. I'll see you guys in a sec. Alrighty, guys. Hello. Welcome back. Is there any way to tell if you've done any of the tasks? Can I check if you get to level 2 for you if it hasn't counted? If you downloaded it through the link and you get to you upgrade the command center thing to level 2, it will 100% count, I promise you. This system does work. So, yeah. And yo, Diego, thank you so much for the 3-month resub on the Prime. Warty Hypers, hell yeah, thank you so much. You'll smash this game out? Awesome. Yeah, if you download it through the link, it 100% works, I promise you. They've used this system on Stream Elements for like years and years at this point. We've never had an issue with it before. Sometimes it will not update immediately, so like you'll hit level 2 and you'll be like, it didn't pop up on the stream. It updates like every hour or so. Like when I loaded my stream up this morning, like 4 people hit level 2 or something, or like a couple people hit level 2 and someone hit level 6, you know? So it's it does count, it does work. So it's in process. Yo, Spanish Go man, how you doing? I'm good, mate. How are you doing? Good to see you. Just dropping by. Hope you're doing well. get ourselves kicking off into this best of 3. It's going to be Mindel, VK, Braddock, and Strange on the bottom right corner of the map in yellow, orange, and blue. And in the red, blue, and purple in the top, it's going to be Spirit, Maxpax, and Geralt. Double Protoss Terran versus double Protoss Terran. Let's see what happens. As yo, Rodin, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for the 22-month resub as well. Been a minute since you've followed SCT, been doing Deadlock. Yeah, you've been on that Deadlock hype. Yes. No, we've been running a bunch of stuff and enjoying some games, so yeah. If you play the game while I'm not live, does it count? Yes, at any point over the next 14 days. So even if you want to put in, like, even if you download on your phone and you play it while you poop, if you play it while you poop over the next 14 days, you can probably support $10+ to StarCraft 2 this month. Quite literally. So yes, it genuinely does. It genuinely does work for the next. I think. Let me double check the time frame on it. Sorry, not 14 days. 11 days and 15 hours remain. So you've got over a week, over 10 days to do it. So anything you do in that time frame is going to count. So yes, it doesn't have to be when I'm live. If you can't play it right now, doesn't matter when you do it. If it's in the next 11 days, it will count to the stream. It counts if you do it anonymously. Yep, absolutely. You don't have to use your Twitch. It only asks you for your Twitch if you want to be recognized. Like, basically, if you want me to be like, hey, you, I thank you so much. I see that you did it. I think everybody so far has actually done it anonymously. Oh, no, that's not true. A couple of people have not done it anonymously, so... Yeah, but if some people are doing it anonymously, you do not have to. I see anonymous and non-anonymous users doing it, so... Yes. In fact, Chikata, you were asking about if you've done it or not, right? I can actually see, because you put your Twitch name in, I can actually see that it worked for you getting to level 2. So, yes, that one has indeed gone through. So yes, I can actually check if it's worked for you if you don't do it anonymously. So yeah, it pops up. Yeah, yours was probably one of the ones that popped up this morning when I opened my stream again. Yeah. Creeper's gonna get an SCV kill here. As Yovara, thank you so much for the gifted sub going out to Spanish Goat. And yeah, even in 3v3, there's no Zergs? Yes, there is no Zergs. Kind of wild, isn't it? There is some Zergs playing. I think Lambo's got a team in here today, so that's going on as well. What we're probably going to do, guys, is we're probably just going to let both the semis play it kind of at the same time, and then we'll probably make it a best-of-5 final. I think that's, instead of doing like 1 semi, 2 semi, and then finals, I think we'll let both semis play and then do the finals. Because Helen's not feeling so great today as well, so if I could just not let the stream go super long, go and sort the house stuff out a little bit earlier, that would be nice. So I think we'll probably do it like that today. It'd help if Creep didn't block your teammates. How do you ever fix that at this point in StarCraft 2? Do you think they would ever make a fix on that? I feel like the answer is no, they would never make a fix on that at any point, to be honest. Ain't happening, you know. Couple Stalkers and the Sentry gathering around, Cyclone, gonna be seeing the Macfield Accelerator coming up as well, so all of that continues to come through here just for the moment. Alien's still just gonna move about as we have couple Stalkers and the Sentry coming online as well. Just going to be having the Stalkers and the Sentry. Yeah, I'm just on the move. Macfield, Hellions, the Cyclone all building. The barracks are going to relocate ever so slightly. Vindel did actually lose an Oracle, which is a little bit costly early in the game. We lost 7 probes as max packs. And these guys were very coordinated last time they played 3v3, so I'm really expecting big things from these guys. I think they really are the team to beat. So we'll see if our Russian squad can maybe stop them. So we've seen a little bit of Phoenix fighting as Maxpax is outnumbered. Maxpax going to lose all of his Phoenix. Maxpax getting way too adventurous, getting some of that 1v1 kind of belief in him there, and it backfires completely. Oof. Ouch. Yo, Smexican, thank you so much from the 10 gifted subs on the stream. Now we start up a hype train even. My goodness, guys. The hype is suddenly rolling with the team games getting going. Valorant adds the +2 gifted subs as well, making it 12 gifted subs from Smexican to Mr. Takua, Multor, Proof Ransen, 12.7mm, Black Random Guy, Wookie Man, Ledgelot, Kindlebear, Dr. Dark Knight, Mouth Puncher, Jules, and Wargasm 50. Thank you so much for the 10, which became 12 gifted subs. I have no idea how long this Valorant thing is on for. I guess if you're going to gift subs anytime in the next week, do it ASAP so the Valorant thing gets added onto it. So our Nexus up here is going to be in some trouble. So we're going to lose this base. MaxPack's going to lose out on that. Spirit is hurting because he's been trying to feed the Protoss player who has then lost his Phoenix, and that's going to put them in general a bit of a disadvantage here. Like, MaxPack losing his Phoenix is a big deal because he doesn't represent one player in this game. I think he represents two because he was also getting the money from Spirit to help him build those numbers up. And now that MaxPack's lost those Phoenix, Spirit is not helpful in comparison to Braddock. And MaxPax and Geralt are just combined not as powerful as Strange and Mindle. So, yeah, our bottom right team in this game so far is definitely looking good. It ends the 2nd of January. Hey, thank you so much for letting me know that. You know what it is? I got an email about this at some point. I was like, oh, cool. And then I just didn't see it since then. You know? I just didn't see it since then. There you go, Chekata. Your name literally just pops up on the stream as you reach level 6 on the command center. What is it called? The operations center? I keep calling it command center. My Terran brain won't let me call it anything else. Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you. So our Phoenix and our Stalkers continue to gather up. We will just be seeing the Stargate Nexus probes continue to come around, and again, our +1 air weapons and our Phoenix range coming up as well. Just gonna get all of that settled down as I extend it. Thermal lands, a couple Colossus in the charge. All continuing to build out for the moment. Stalkers gonna pull over to the right hand side and start whacking away at this Nexus, so that will go down. We're gonna turn onto a pylon as well. The Phoenix now gonna lift up a bunch of those Stalkers as well. And it's gonna be seeing those Phoenix continue to come about. Stalkers getting whacked, and we are gonna be seeing the cleanup being made as we got these Phoenix having to recall out of there. MaxPack's getting away. And they've got a lot of work to do to carry Spirit, who, like I say, gave up his own economy early to help the Protoss players get on track. Thank you as well, Insano, also coming through and hitting level 2 in the Star Trek fleet. Man, thank you so much. I actually didn't really think about doing the shoutouts, but actually doing the shoutouts is kind of nice. I do appreciate you guys coming through and checking out the sponsored content and trying it out and playing it, so we'll come through and give you guys the love you deserve. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you guys checking it out and playing it. Like I say, the sponsored content very important. Because we do have a couple of depots raising. I mean, nice to see Team MaxPax is kind of on the front and putting some pressure on at least, because it means they are succeeding to some extent in applying pressure in a game that was not starting out too well for them. This was definitely looking a little bit ugly at certain points in time. Stalker's going to get the depot again, now going to lift through some of those Cyclones. Phoenix are going to come in. We've got the Stalkers trying to help out, even a Mothership cloaking up to try and help as well. This is a very interesting fight that's going on, as it's going to be having the Phoenix going to go for the Mothership now. It's a lot of shots absorbed by the Mothership. Oh, we've got our own Mothership showing up as well. That Mothership comes in too. MaxPax falls back. In terms of MaxPax versus Mindle, they're equal supply. Geralt and Strange, somewhat equal supply. And now Spirit and Braddock equalizing in supply. This entire 3v3 is beginning to equalize across the board, so things are starting to level out here in this 3v3 quarterfinal. Next coming up, a couple more Stargates coming through. The Phoenix will keep on building, a couple more Widow Mines coming online. Again, our Mothership and Phoenix all gathering together as the Stalkers of Geralt will come and step up. Going to be seeing a couple of those Cyclones already getting shot down. Other Stalkers are going to come across as well. Phoenix will come about, and actually going to get a lot more Stalkers lifted up here. That's a ton of Stalkers going to be taken out the equation straight away. We actually have to recall a bunch of those units away, so trying to get them out of trouble. Definitely a little bit scary as now the Phoenix showing up on the right side, going to come through a bunch of probes. Will begin to drop. On the left side is going to be Cyclones, Hellions, Phoenix, Cyclones, Stalkers. All pressing forward at the moment, so all of that continues to come through as well. It's going to be seeing the Phoenix going through, a couple of medevacs getting shot, the siege tank is going to get taken down as well. It's going to be seeing the army continuing to just press up here. This is a big push, and actually I wonder if it's going to be good enough to win it out. We're going to dive in with the Phoenix. Time Warp goes down, which is actually a factor as well. Got to get out of there. Phoenix are hitting so many different things. The Colossus, they are kind of winning the Phoenix count. Well, we're going to have, what, 21 Phoenix left over here? Can they actually do enough? They can take down both the Colossus, then they can start lifting Stalkers. And this is actually going to turn the game around, because now all of these Stalkers can't do anything apart from sit in the sky. Lifted by Phoenix. We're going to lift up the Siege Tank as well. It's going to be Max Bax's Phoenix and make the defense in the end. Absolutely crazy. Damn. I was not expecting it to go like that. I was not expecting it to go like that, I will not lie. Damn. That's crazy. What a throw. I do feel like they had such a better setup in the game as well at first, but sometimes the games go like that, guys. Sometimes the games go like that. White Chamber going to be map 2. Get this started up. Everybody in here, got a couple more moments. We'll kick this off, guys. Appreciate you all dropping by and hanging out. Again, I do, like I say, I know I'm probably going on and on about sponsors and supporting and stuff like that a lot at the minute, guys, but I do appreciate it. So, coming to the end of a length of period where we've been pretty consistent about running a lot of tournaments and stuff, so I appreciate the support. As we'll continue to try and do. Like I said, January is going to be quiet for me in terms of my own events, but also, I mean, first of all, Man in the Moon, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Valorant going to add 1 to make it 6. Sakira Spudini. I'm with Rick Dale. Nebulosa. Oh, Nebulosa, just very drawn out. Papveron and Torment 7. Thank you so much. Really love the events. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was just going to say, for me, my events will be a bit quiet in January, but also, I'm going to read you guys my schedule for January already. Okay? You guys ready for this? January 1st, nothing. Probably going to take a pretty easy day there and try and just, have a family day. January 2nd, OSC. January 3rd, Leo League Cup. And I'm just going to keep running down. So the 4th, Master Coliseum. 5th, Master Coliseum. 6th, Mondays. 7th, OSC. 8th, 9th, Leo Cup. 10th to 12th, Masters Coliseum. 13th, 14th, and 15th, double streams, Mondays into OSC, Leo Lee into OSC, Leo Lee into OSC, the 16th OSC. On the 17th and the 19th, I'm away for Pokemon tournament. We come back on the 20th for Warditv Mondays, the 21st, Leo Lee Cup. That will also be on the 22nd, 24th, and 25th. Maybe 23rd as well, I believe. And then 26th, there's currently nothing there. 27th is the Mondays. I'm away on the 28th and the 29th. And then at January 31st, there's OSC as well for the weekend, for the final weekend of the championship. And that doesn't even include, there are 4 Alimo leagues that month as well. So there's also 4 Alimo leagues that also have not even been accounted for just yet. So we are already scheduled up to cast pretty much every single day in January. And some of those days are doubled up as well. So, yes, January is already busy, which is good because it gives me time to recoup some money. And then we can put some events in February. Helen's booked in to see me in February. No. That's in March. I'm going to run my own events in February, silly. Or we could just, we could do 2 in 1 and just, see each other at the wedding in September. Could work. So yes, January is already pretty busy, so this is not necessarily me being like, not running events because you can't afford them. But I would also struggle to afford to run events, to be fair, so yeah. Yo, Draxmore, thank you so much for reaching level 2 in the Star Trek Fleet Command. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Great for coming over. We do have the, again, Twilight Council, a couple Stalkers, the Warp Gate coming through, the Cybercore is coming up as we speak, so just going to get all of that underway for the moment. As that Reaper continues all the way to the upper left-hand side. The Adept of Max Pax will come and step forward here. The Twilight Council Nexus on the way up from Geralt. Stargate building from Mindel VK, the Twilight Council from Strange, again the Gateway and the Wolf Gate all coming through. Just gonna see the Helene and the Adept gonna go chasing down the Reaper, and that Reaper will go down. Blink coming up on both sides of the map. This map's kind of fun with the watchtowers in the middle of the map as well. I don't know why, they're just kind of, they're really just like out there on their own kind of vibing. Yeah, I guess because we're not really used to seeing middle of the map watchtowers on 1v1 maps nowadays, because middle of the map watchtowers are seen as a pretty bad thing. So yeah, I guess that's probably the case right there, as this Hellion gonna come through and chase a few more probes down as well. Actually kind of nice, they're getting some good damage done, oh my goodness. A lot of damage done as Mindel VK is just losing probes. I'd say left, right, and center, but really just on this base. Now I'm going to get up into this base over here. Braddock and Strange coming through to try and play defense. We do clean up, but that was a scary few moments already. Maxfax just pings the Forge, by the way, so he's just trying to identify. He's like, hey, look, he's going for a Forge, so he's not necessarily setting up for much. He's like setting up for the future, not necessarily going for much here and now, so there is information you can gather from this already as well. As that Blink continues online, the +1 attack continuing online as well. So all of that coming in to play. As you got a Phoenix lifting a probe up in the middle of the map as well. Just going to have the rest of the Stalkers of Geralt going to make their way up top. So they're going to move over there. And there is another few Phoenix moving around on the right-hand side. Also trying to see what they can achieve for the foreseeable future. +1 attack, Prism, Stalkers, Gateway coming online, the DTs are coming up, +1 air weapons is coming through as well. We have those Phoenix gathered back towards the upper left, Siege Tank going to siege up, Marines and a Cyclone gathering in, DT still gathering up as we are just going to push here. As Strange is going to try and lead the way in, his Phoenix get lifted immediately. The Hellions are trying to line up on the Marines, they finally get a good shot off eventually, but it took a little while, and again, the problem is now you're trying to retreat. The Phoenix is going to stop your retreat as well, so that's just a bunch of units going down. It's a lot of Stalkers from Strange. I mean, that is really the strength of them at the moment, but he's the only player with any sort of realistic supply. I wouldn't even be surprised if he's just being fed all the money from Mindel VK and being fed all the money. Yeah, in fact, Mindel basically has no infrastructure, so it's basically just Strange massing Stalkers trying to win this. Braddock also doesn't really have much. He's building a couple of Hellions here and there with excess minerals, but now you're going to see Geralt getting in there with a DT, so that's going to start hemorrhaging that economy, and that's going to make this a much tougher run to the finish line, basically, at the end of this. Stalkers come through, and they're going to get lifted once more for Phoenix, and so we'll do their thing. The Marines are putting work in, extra Stalkers showing up here from Geralt, and I do wonder, could we not have, I guess Braddock has scans, so DTs don't really work on this defense. I was about to say, maybe just a DT mixed in there would have been nice, but yeah, I think with Braddock having scans, I guess that's not as viable as I'm maybe thinking it is. I mean, these Phoenix are the entire game plan of Strange, Braddock, and Mindel VK, so as they die, their hopes in this quarterfinal die. And GG will be called at a pretty apt timing to exemplify that. GG's, and that is going to be Geralt, Spirit, and Max Pax to take game 1 of the series. So we'll take the opening map, as we'll head into game 2 in just a few moments. They'll take game 2. God, what am I on about? They will take game 2, and they'll move into the semi-finals. We will head into game 1 of our semi-final in a few moments, which is going to be the team we just saw winning. In fact, it's going to be the 2 teams we saw winning so far. Geralt, Max Pax, and Spirit, against the Iba Fujimi Kakota team coming up next. So we're going to get that ready to go. Just going to double check there's no admin things they need me for. Looks good over there. Perfect. I've got so many windows open. I've got my YouTube chat open. I've got the stream elements open to watch for any sponsor stuff popping up. I've got the Starcraft open for the admin account over there as well. It's busy over there, okay? It's busy. How's everyone doing? Good to see you guys again. Thank you for joining us for some 3v3 this evening. Thank you for the gifted subs again. Man in the Moon coming in with those 5 and +1 from Valorant at the start of the game. Appreciate it, pushing us back over the 700 subscriber count. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Come help us out on our road to 1,000. Well, I'm not sure if The road to 1,000 is, yeah. Not sure if the road to 1,000 is very realistic right now, but we can stay on it. We can keep it going. Wait, Bible Thumb's gone? Why did Bible Thumb get removed? Oh my god, they removed it like 3 months ago? Damn. If you recall correct, Wardy almost has birthday, like in 10 days. Yeah. Her birthday is soon. It is indeed. Yeah. Forgot about that one. Yeah, that is coming up. 40 birthday coming soon to a stream near you. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Boom, boom. Hi, Ellie. Hey, babes. Hi. All right. Hello. Girl. Oh, you're a good girl. Yeah. Give me this. I'm gonna go play Star. Ready? Ready? Over the door. Ready? Over the door. And... Oh, oh. Where did it go? I'll get it for you. Hang on. Ellie did in fact have the star, she just was trying to get me to come and play. Ah, she's acting cute. She is cute. Nothing else. It's a live stream or a replay while the stream sleeps? This is a replay. I'm sleeping right now. Didn't you know I actually sleep during all of my casts? That's why we miss everything when we try and observe. 200 IQ. By the way, guys, if you are playing the Star Trek Fleet Command, you can join the Warditv Alliance. If you go to your settings, you have to be on the universe. You can go to like settings, then universe, and then you go to and then you can join Europe. If you're on Europe 105. If you join the Warditv Alliance, you can help each other out, speed up the progress to help in the stream. And also, if we have 5+ people in the Alliance, and we can spam power it up to level 15, which I think we've got the resources to do, we get bonus money for the stream as well. So if you are playing, hop into the Alliance, and yeah, get in the Alliance and like help each other out. If nothing else, it'll speed up your progress through the game. You just have to be on European server 105. Is what we figured out earlier. Yo, Jakarta unlocking the second ship. How about that? There you go. Jakarta has beast moded through. Like I say, once you unlock the second ship, it's something like between $12 and $15 towards the stream. So like that is the equivalent of subscribing for like 3 months. So yes, thank you, Jakarta. That is like I say, big level of support. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. As we get ready to go into this matchup, these guys were all ready to go. Bottom side of the bracket is still playing along. Looks like one of the matches went to 2-1, so it took a little bit longer. So that's all good. We'll head into this semi-final and see where we get to here in the Warditv 3v3 December event. Powered, by the way, by Crate Entertainment. Put a link in the chat quickly for Crate. These guys sponsored this event today, so thank you so much to them. They sponsored 3 tournaments. Oh, all 4 of the 2v2/3v3 tournaments over the past 3 months. So shout out to them. They put $2,500 towards it. This is the conclusion of that. So yeah, we really appreciate it. It's been a ton of fun to bring something a little bit different to the table, to be able to provide some team games. I know a lot of different people have had a lot of fun with it, so it's been a real pleasure to be able to provide that and like I say, do things just a little differently and do something for a bit of fun for once. So yeah. On right, Geralt's Spirit and Max Packs take on the top left for Jumi, Iba, and Kokut. Can someone tell me how to pronounce Kaukauta's name? I just wanted to know how I'm meant to say this. So if anyone knows what it's from or something, because I'm saying it differently every single time right now, and I've got no idea what to go with. Probably should have just asked them before the game started. Yeah. Max Packs, Geralt, and Spirit definitely favorites, by the way, going into this, so keeping that in mind as well. See if we can maybe get a little bit of upset action on the way. Cybercore coming up, probe on the way, Marine Orbital Command, and a factory producing, so we get all of that coming online. And Nexus and our Cybercore coming up as well. Just going to be seeing the hatch in the pool, with the Nexus and our Cybercore. And a little bit of everything for the moment as we get that factory up, rolling. And we'll see where we go. Stages of this game 1. As we settle down. And tomorrow, guys, we'll be back with some something different. It's going to be the Liu Li Cup. It's actually a $6,000 tournament this time around. We covered this a little while ago. I want to say like 3 months ago they had the big Liu Li Cup. Tomorrow it's the qualifier, the Asian qualifier. And it's a $6,000 tournament. Top 3 qualifiers. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. I will tell you guys who's already signed up in a moment when my page loads, but my page is still loading, so... yeah, that's going to be what we have coming up tomorrow, so that should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. My page really is not just not going to load, isn't it? I know. There we go. Oh, they've got the bracket hidden to the public. Well, I imagine a lot of the top players are going to be playing in that tomorrow if they're not already invited. The invites, I believe, are... I believe the invites are like Clem, Max Pax... here we go. Hero, Yeshi, Max Pax, Clem, Oliveira, Dark, Raynor, Rogue, and Cyril. So I imagine the rest of the players will be... yeah. Pretty much anyone not in that list is probably going to play because it's a pretty big event. Qualify tomorrow for the Korean server, or the Asian server. I should say, there's a couple of adepts getting through, some probes are going down. The Dark Shrine coming up, the Gateway in production. We do have our adepts just wandering forward for the moment here, so... yeah, Carol with the blinking the DTs is something he keeps on playing in these 3v3s. I think it's a pretty powerful start. Do you not think there's anything wrong with kind of going that way and setting up like that? I think it kind of just makes sense as... I see the Lings wrapping around, a couple of the Adepts getting jumped on, so Adept will go down there, then Dark Shrine coming up. Lings and the Stalker still whacking away and just going to try and open up some positions. The Cyclone and the Marines continue through as well. Still getting across, Stalker still getting hit. Getting 2 more Stargates coming online, the Void Ray coming up as well. The Probes are just going to have to recall away apparently, so they're going to have to just get out of there. Kind of shows you how much trouble we're getting into at the moment as... the Oracle's still activating, Adept's still going down, Stalker's going to be there as well as that Adept will fall. The Zerglings are still pressuring about and seeing if there's anything more that they can add to the table for the moment. And there's the Siege Tank, there's a couple more Marines, there's an Engineering Bay. All coming online here from Spirit at the moment as again we get the DT active, and it's going to go swiping through those Marines for a little further damage at this point. So a little bit more being dealt, again units are all gathering up again. That Blink is about to be done. The Dark Shrine is still coming online. Just going to see the Lings coming straight forward. Siege Tank is going to get jumped on immediately. That will fall. The DT going to swipe through some of those Zerglings as we fill the gap in the wall, but... yeah, just trying to get through here. Obviously, just aggression everywhere. Lings running into this mineral line, so Spirit's in trouble. Max Pax has Lings in his mineral line, and again, it's just this kind of aggressive push that we saw in the previous series from them as well. DTs are a problem. I don't think there's a good answer to DTs, and DTs might just defend, but how much can we do while the DTs get to defending? Right now, some of Spirit's early units again surrounded by Zerglings and cleaned out as well, so that's not exactly ending well for him. Lings come down over here. SCV's going to get jumped on. The Cyclone and the Marines continue through. A few more of the Lings getting picked off. Blink Chrono Boosting as Jumi tries to follow up with some tech of his own. They do have everything else coming through. I mean, look at the situation now. Supplies against the Protoss players are kind of even, but then Spirit's on 17 supplies, so he's kind of dead in the water right now. So unless Max Pax Phoenix can actually do some serious work, this is going to become very, yeah, it's going to become very interesting, isn't it? Things back away. Again, Nexus and the Cannon continue to come online. The Pylon's still coming up. Battery and the Forge coming through as well, so we keep bringing that on into play. The Queens will just join again. The Cannon Nexus, couple probes coming up. Marine going to begin producing off the barracks. Cyclone is locked onto the DT. The DT will go down. A few more Stalkers now warping in as well. Just going to be seeing what they can do as the Marines and the Cyclone gather up. Again, Charge coming up. Nexus coming online. Probe is producing. It's going to be seeing another ping here and there as we continue to keep track of everything that's going on for the moment. Still pinging around the map for the moment here, trying to see what's up. This is going to go across, just going to be seeing the pros again get jumped on again. The DTs are going to come through and the Stalkers will come across hitting again. A couple of Lings are going to get chased away. The Archon and the Charge upgrade continuing to come online. The Stalkers trying to trade as, again, the Forge, Battery, and Cannon all continue to come through. It's going to be having that Phoenix still moving about. The Stalkers are going to keep on fighting. The Archon there will take a little bit more damage as well. Just going to continue to have to back it up right now as we are going to catch a Stalker and a Stasis Ward down on the bottom side. Stalker's still pushing through. Just going to see the other Stalkers coming over. The Lings are going to be flooding through. Phoenix are going to get here once again, lifting up a bunch of those Stalkers, and damage just continues to be done. Can the Phoenix nullify this well enough? Remember, Spirit is basically not in this fight. Max Pax's supply is dropping for Jumi. Is looking good, so is Kaput, and Eva with the Ling showing up every now and again, definitely helping. As this little group of Stalkers just have to work as one, knocking down a base. Progress being made. Reinforcements coming in, especially with some Lings. The Lings are a big deal because what the Lings can do is they can tank. If the Lings are taking shots, then all the Stalkers are not, and the Lings are just so replaceable where Stalkers take some gas. It's a lot more difficult to replace them. So if you're killing off 5 Lings and your opponent's killing off a Stalker, that's a win. And so that's exactly where we're kind of at right now, where I think those Lings have a big role to play, and we're going to back it up. We're not going to keep the pressure going, apparently, so we're going to fall away. Max Pax down in supply. He's the second lowest supply in the game. Spirit's the lowest supply. Max Pax the second lowest. Gerald's supply is competitive, right? His supply is competitive with the others, but of course he is just one man. So how much can he really do as the Phoenix keep flying about as well? Again, the +1/+1 continue to come online. The robotics facility coming up. The Stalkers will get there. The gateway will go down. The Dark Shrine gets cleaned out as well. Additional Stalkers all just gathering. That's a massive Stasis Ward. Going to land on Fujumi's units, and that may be an issue. The Phoenix are going to get some free pickings at the very least, so already these Phoenix are going to get fed on the back of that. Definitely a mistake, definitely not one we had to, that we really wanted to see happen. And still gathering up, and I'm just going to be seeing the +2 coming in across the board. Hydra's on the way also, just bringing those into play. I mean, if we can get those into action as Eva, that'd be great, but yeah, Fujumi getting caught in that stasis really hurts. That drops a lot of supply and also just nullifies the strength of the attack right now, because Fujumi has to go all the way back home. He is adding on high Templars, so Archon's available for him. Upgrade's good as well, as +2 will be on the way soon. Again, we're kind of fighting on our own. The units of Kaput on the right-hand side are going to get caught a little bit. And the Hydra's just going to stand here. I mean, is that good enough? We've got Geralt with, again, just a massive concave of Stalkers. He's got Stalkers everywhere. Spirit can potentially siege up a tank here as well. I mean, right now, just single fire targeting, but I actually think it has the chance to siege. And I do think that some siege damage would go a long way. If you can get some splash into the Stalkers, into the Hydras, that should only help you out, right? So expect that to be a factor. Hydra's still being chased away, getting pushed out of here for the moment. Just going to get chased down. It's +3 attack, +1 armor. Continue to come through. I've got the Robovein, the +2 attack, the 8 additional Stalkers warping in as well. Everything else gathering now in the middle. +1 missiles, 3 more Hydras, 12 Zerglings, 4 drones. All that building up at the moment. Yeah, the Stalker trying to press through, stays toward catches one of the Zealots at least. And again, Robo Facility and Bay. Coming online from Geralt is Fujumi at 160 supply. I mean, they're all 140 to 160 supply. Meanwhile, Geralt is 120. Spirit and Max Specs at 60 to 70 each. This game looks done, guys. It looks like we're going to have a little upset here in game 1 of our semi-finals. Hints move back and forth a little. Ling Hydra will step up. Stalkers and start to blink back a little bit as well. Here we go. Zealots charging on the left-hand side too. We are going to collapse in on this. Siege tank goes down. The Stalkers are going to get jumped on. Marines and taken out as well. So just going to see all of those Marines are going to be dropping here. And there is the GG's being called. The attack was good. At the end of the day is Geralt will fight in the Geralt fashion until the very end. Will never GG at the same time as everyone else. There you go, GG is called, and that is going to be game number 1, going to definitely the underdogs, I would say, in this matchup. So, a little bit of an underdog victory for the first game. Other semi-final, by the way, guys, I believe has starred Lambo, Goblin, and BBM. Is that Baby Marine? I think. Taking on Shameless, Machine, and others, so that is going on as well. Cool. Alright, we'll jump into game number 2 of this one, guys. We'll let the second semi-final start. We'll probably catch half of it or so, most likely. And we'll jump into the finals after that. Seems like a plan. Seems like a plan. Captain Hat, thank you so much for the 58-month resub. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Thank you for resubscribing. I'll be in game as soon as everyone joins the lobby. I just need a moment. Countdown starts. I'm gonna get this going. Let's go again. All right, guys. Yo, Captain Hair, thanks so much for the 58-month resub. Welcome back. Thank you for the support. As we get into the bottom right side, and down a game is going to be Geralt, Max Pax, and Spirits. And White Chamber for this one. As in the top left, it's going to be Yumi, Iba, and Kukut. Get this ready to go. To kick this off, Overlord and a Hatchery coming up as well. Just going to be seeing the probe of Max Pax beginning to move toward the upper left-hand side. So just going to get that started for a few moments. What's that probe? Moves over. We're moving about, just going to be seeing our Cybercore on the Nexus coming online. Just going to be seeing the Cybercore on the Nexus simulator as well coming up. Just going to see the Cybercore Nexus continue to come through. It gets settled here. As our factoring command center coming online, the Reaper is coming online as well. Just going to see the Overlord Eba set now the front will wait for this to develop and see where we're going to go. Probe's still moving about. Nexus on the way. Stalker and the Warp Gate coming up as well. Just going to be having our couple of adepts building on the side of Fujumi. As you see, our Lings just sit on the hatch, and this probe moves down from Max Pax down the left-hand side. Got a battery coming through as well. Just going to see a couple of adepts going to come through the stasis. The slow zone in the center. Those watchtowers do have slow zones on them. Another upgrade building from Eba, and again just going to have our Reapers moving through from the Spirits. That's just going to come straight across, try and relocate a little bit, and go from there. Again, link speed, melee upgrade, all coming through. Additional Zerglings in production. The Adepts are still rolling. Zergling's going to turn back onto that Reaper, and it will go down, so the Reaper dies. That's what you have. Adept still shading down the bottom. Couple of Stalkers going to go after this Adept, with the Adept to help as well, but it's going to shade into the base. Now Marines are going to catch it. 3 different players aided in the removal of this Adept from the game. It's kind of funny. I see the Oracle get there. Marine's going to come about. It's going to be seeing the Adept coming through. The Engineering Bay will go down as well. Stalking the Adept still just going to move over. Again, just going to see the Lings, the Ling speed, the +1 melee. All coming through. The Oracle getting a bit more damage done. And that blink coming online, the melee upgrade coming up. Got a lot of Lings from Eba going to head down to the bottom right side as well. As they're going to flood forwards, and again, this early game kind of aggression. They're going to just run straight through. Marines surrounded. There is a bunker. We will get rid of the siege tank as well, though, and the bunker will fall. Enough Lings to keep this going. Max Pax is going to have his units potentially caught as well if he's not careful. Geralt's already a bit on the lower side of the supply. Nice Stasis is going to catch a chunk of those Lings at least, so that will help on the defense. So we're just going to shoot. Oracle's still there. The Lings are still going to come about. Going to get another Marine. The rest of those Stalkers gathering in as well. Again, Blink and +1 coming up. Just Blink across the board. All 4 Protoss players currently going Blink. And then the Terran playing Marine Tank versus a Zerg who is not really doing much of anything. Just Zerglings at the moment. As obviously Eva is looking to keep this aggression going. Nexus goes down. So Nexus will fall. Still got that Blink coming up on both sides. +1 and Stim coming through as well. +1 attack upgrade still building as our Zerglings and Stalkers are going to try and run up this ramp. We are going to be seeing this Void Ray likely going to be in some trouble as the Stalkers blink straight through to it. The Void Ray goes down immediately. Siege Tank also dropping. Gal coming back the other way, and again Stalkers just going to have to back away from here. +1 and Blink both coming through. The rest of the Lings moving about. Again, Charge and +1 coming online. Siege Tank still settling. Robo Facility coming up. A few extra Stalkers coming online as well. Stalkers going to get back into the center of the map. Charge and +1 coming through. The cannon and the battery coming up as we speak as well. And yeah, I mean, those Stalkers on the right-hand side. Just going to be seeing a group of Stalkers on the left. Warp and aggression continues here as we try and push forward and set up this ramp. The Siege Tank, Stalkers, Marines, and a Cyclone all gathered together at the moment. So again, and everything joined up. Stalkers going to step across, Marines and the tank joining in together as well. On the bottom side, we are going to just have a little ping as the final on the gateway. Going to have to recollect. And some Stalkers going to get shoved the other way. Duke begin to push back. A few more warp-ins coming through. Again, units are spreading out all across the board as we have a Nexus on the far right side joining up as well. What will these Stalkers do next? Just going to run straight across. Hard to kind of pinpoint where we're at in terms of overall kind of commitments in the game at the moment. I mean, supply-wise, we're pretty even. I'm looking at the production tab. It's like I say, hard to digest so much information, but we're pretty... I would say we're fairly even across the board. Yeah, thank you so much for reaching level 2 in the Star Trek Fleet Command. Appreciate it. Stalker going to ping away the Zergling. The Orbital Command is going to go on a little bit of a journey across as well. So that's also just going to move over here for a moment or so. Stalker's going to fire up. Got a Nexus coming up there. Just going to be seeing that the Stalker's going to get caught. Marines and tanks going to push out. The Stalker's going to take a lot more damage. I think it's going to take a few moments just to stop and pick their way through these sets of rocks, just opening those up as well. This game slows down. I do think there's a lot to be said about Spirit just building up an army that's going to be just good. I think he's going to have a lot to say because Tank's going to be very good at a later stage, especially if they can be protected by other units, so... We have Storm on the way as well from Jumi. Maybe that can have an impact. A lot happening right here as our Zealots and our Stalkers together is going to go after the Gateway. The Gateway will go down. A couple of Ghosts building up on the side of Spirits, so we'll get those Ghosts going as well. Shadow Strike continuing to build, and again we got our Ghosts, our Marines, our Marauders. Engineering Bay and Armory both coming up. The Zealot Stalker will charge forward here. There's a Disruptor. Gonna land on a chunk of those Zealots. Stalker's trying to push around the left-hand side. Other Zealot Stalkers gonna reposition as well. As the Disruptor still joining together. The Ling Bane pulling around also. Just gonna see one Disruptor being picked off. The Marine Tank moving through. These units are gonna be pulling back as we are gonna be seeing the units continue to press forward. Bane's trying to roll into this mineral line over here. They will not do much. They do get defended. I really keep looking at Spirit Supply and just thinking, man, he is just booming away in this game. There's not really anyone to compete with him, apart from maybe Jumi, and maybe those storms will have an impact. Right now, Jumi's fighting the bottom side and getting rid of a Nexus here and trading with an army of Max Packs. Hey, Max Packs is diving in for the High Templars. I mean, anytime you're trading a Stalk for a High Templar, that's going to be a pretty good deal. We got a few of those. Things will finish off the rocks, opening up that space in the center. More Marine Tank Cyclone coming around on the right side. Hill will come through, Hatchery will drop. All the bases taken apart from the top right bases. These are Jumi and good spaces, so Max Pack's going to start denying them right now. We are seeing fights over here, so we're going to try and break down into the Marine Tank. I mean, pretty much everyone is fighting. It's just Max Pax that's not part of this fight, so it is kind of a little bit one-sided. He even took a bad fight because he was just choked up running into the siege tank, so he took a lot of damage straight away, so he has some big losses. Like I say, Max Pax gets rid of multiple bases during this time, so that's big because he's able to, you know, while his teammates do not necessarily lose the fight on the other side, he's also denying bases, and there's been nothing to stop him at all. He's now 3 Nexus deep and going up the left side of the map, and there's still no response to Max Pax's army, who's now just killing a bunch of probes. He's going to go for base number 4. Recall plus some Stalker Warpins. He'll finally get turned away, as you actually see Fujumi trying to make a dive forward, but I don't think he's going to be able to sustain the push here, and it does look as though our team that's down a game is going to be doing a good job of pulling this back and competing to tie this up at 1-1 instead. Stalkers will blink. Bane gathering. Shots coming through. Storm coming about. Disruptor's going to take some damage as well. Another Disruptor shot trying to fire. Bane going to keep running across here. More Stalkers coming over as well. Just having ourselves this push continuing. 2 upgrades, Ghost on the way, Marine Marauder, Siege Tank coming up as well. We continue to chase these Stalkers down as the bio is being pushed back. I mean, pretty good shove, but I'm not sure if we're going to have enough. Max Pax's supply is immense, and the moment he gets back to joining these fights, this is going to be extremely one-sided, actually. So yeah, I think the moment that this gets towards defense, yeah, they're already typing GG. Max Pax doesn't even have to use his army as they GG out of here, and we get tied up 1-1. And we go to a game 3 of this semi-final. Alright, so we're going to go to a third map. Get this going. So we're going to dive into game 3 of this momentarily, guys. Get that ready to go. This off. Alright, wait for everyone to host us up into this. Get this one underway. And thanks for joining us this evening, guys. And we get a map host here. Warditv today getting some more handsome. Yeah, I work hard on getting more handsome every day. Doesn't come naturally. We're in the lobby, just get the other team invited in and we'll be able to kick this off, guys. So, get this going. Get this one started in the near future. This one into play. Do 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 do. Here I'm in with the raid. Hello everybody, welcome. We are in the semi-finals of the 3v3 event here today. Good to see you guys. We are in 1-1 tied up between Gerard Spirit and Max Pax, taking on Iba, Fujumi, and Kukut. And we're going to be heading into this game 3 in a moment. We've just joined the lobby, so we'll be going there in a couple of moments. And yeah, this is the semi-finals. The other semi-final is already playing. Lambo, Goblin, and Baby Marine taking on Shameless, GG Machine, and Tiger. And then the winners of that will play the finals. And that's where we're at. That's what's going on here today. For some Starcraft 2. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you all. I'm going to be kicking off, like I say, in a moment. We are counting down as we speak into this next map. So, kick this off, get this going. See where we go. Yeah, what's up, Talented? Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing good. So much for priming up on the channel. Kick off into this game 3. It's 1-1. Losers are out. It is just a best of 3. We have in the top right, Spirit, Geralt, and Max Pax. Definitely the favorites here. I'd say they were kind of favorites for the whole tournament, never mind just this matchup. Favorites taking on the underdogs. For Jumi, Iba, and Kukut, they hit aggressively in game 1. Flooded some kind of like, not immediately early units, but like, you know, Bling, Stalker, fairly unupgraded units, and were able to take a win. Game 2, they did not have as much success aggression-wise, and were not quite able to keep up into a later game scenario. So, away we go as we get this started up. Coming up, Rex coming through, Nexus building as well. Just take a few moments early. No one's doing anything super cheesy or super aggressive in the very first few moments. Let's have a Cyber Cores coming up, the Nexus coming through, Reaper in the factory coming online, Depot on the orbital command coming up as well. Let's just have ourselves the Nexus on the left coming online. Like I say, everyone's kind of just taking an expansion here. Only non-expansion so far in the game is Spirit, I believe. So Spirit the last to expand, but it might just be he's feeding some money to the Protoss players anyway. That has been a little bit of the vibe that has come through from him as these games have gone on, so now there's also potentially a factor. As the probe continues back up to the top, and Twilight Council on the way through, the Nexus coming up, get all of that going, Stargate and the Warp Gate and the Adept building in as well. Continue to shade out through the middle of the map. Twilight Council will be coming online very shortly. Getting the probe moving around. And we've seen the Adepts continue to move down the bottom left-hand side as well, as our Stalker still gathers up. Links be coming through, Twilight Council building. And get that barracks, you get the Hellions, you get the Blink coming online. So a lot of that coming through for the moment here, as we just have the Oracle and the Warp Gate still gathering together. Adept is going to hit the other Adept, a couple of Zerglings going to be there. Everything together going to go down. As again, Hellions, Command Center, Barracks, building up as well. All those links coming through. The link speed's about to complete as mentioned. And a couple of Hellions will still build up. The Dark Shrine building in the top left-hand corner here on the side of Geralt. So he's actually been playing DTs, blinking into DTs most games, but this time he's actually going to hide the Dark Shrine as well, which is kind of intriguing. As yo, Lagak, by the way, thank you so much for the second ship in Star Trek Fleet Command. I appreciate that. Thank you for keeping on playing the game. Appreciate a lot as our Stasis Sword catches a couple of Adepts. Lings are still moving up. We are going to be seeing a couple of pings still being made. Battery is going to go down. The Stalkers are going to step forward, and a little bit back and forth continues. Well, here is, I mean, just some of this aggression that they've seen success off of as Lings try and tank and do a little bit of the work. The Hellions, though, are very good against those Lings and definitely going to do a lot to slow down. Portrait coming up, just going to be seeing a few Stalks coming about. It's going to be Stalkers hitting the Hellions. It's going to be seeing a few Lings taking damage as well. Blink, Stim, Hellion coming through. Forge coming up as well. It's going to see our Stalkers still whacking away. The other Stalkers taking damage also. Shots coming over. The rest of the Lings heading back down the bottom side. As Eba just backs away from this. How in trouble are they after shoving and not succeeding? Again, Forge coming up. Just going to be seeing a combat shield coming through. The siege tank and the starport coming up as well. The stasis is going to catch. More force field gets dropped down into place, and again the +1 attack. The pylon coming through, the starport coming up as well. Continue to bring this into play currently, as again the combat shield is about halfway done. Again, that starport is still just now about to finish. We do have ourselves a couple more SCVs producing in as well. Here's the Lings actually running by again, but the defense is there, right? There's so many batteries. We got so much time to clean this up. I love that Eba clearly is just not allowed to spread creep because of his teammates as well. Stalker's knocked down a pylon. Gateway here gonna get caught as well. We'll knock that down. I mean, Stalkers and Geralt starting to move out into the map. Supply-wise, you can kind of see the two pros players from Geralt and Max Specs are a little bit better off than the other team. Spirit and Eba are fairly comparable for Terran versus a Zerg, honestly. Again, Cannon Robe was still coming through. The Stalker's going to ping away. Pylon will take some damage. You can see that Pylon taking some shots already and just having our other Stalkers and a couple of Void Rays hanging about. Ling's going to get turned around as well. Still two more racks coming through. The depot's coming into play. Continue to ping here and there as the Stalkers will get a Dark Shrine in the back, though Gateway will take a bunch of damage as well. That will also fall. Keep on playing. I'm just going to see Lings continue to come in on both sides. The Void Ray is activating. And these Lings really will just come wrapping around. A lot of those Stalkers going to end up going down here. So Stalkers getting shredded. Void Ray is going down. I mean, again, the Lings are so good because a lot of what we're building is not great against the Lings. I think that's going to be where it's really going to be where we kind of go as kind of Spirit to kind of step into this. The Marines of Spirit should be very good against those Zerglings in comparison to everything else. So I think that's really going to make a bigger difference than anything else right now as units continue to come across over the left-hand side. It's going to be just aggression, pushing through. The few Marines getting in after the hatchery. So we'll shoot a few more shots going about. again, the Ling's taking some more damage. Just going to be seeing the other Marines and so on coming down this ramp as more of those Lings getting shot down. I mean, Eva really trying to send it here. Geralt's supply is plummeting. That's great and all, knocking Geralt back. How are we doing against the other guys, though? Gonna fall away now is Fujumi is the supply leader in this game. It's very close, honestly. It's very close, so I would favor kind of Geralt Spirit and Max Specs, so I do feel like their awareness and so on, just kind of general Starcraft skill, is going to potentially kind of, you know, lead this game at this point, basically. It's going to come down more to that than a lot of other factors, so... Just going to see those couple of medevacs making their way along. The Ling's going to come moving about as well, so they're going to get across. They're actually going to go to the top side here as a few Stalkers continue to ping about. Zealot going to take some shots as well. Just going to put across there. Just going to get another Zealot. Take those down. Stalkers keep on trading. Just going to be seeing the bio coming about also. Just going to be seeing those Stalkers and the Zealots still gathering here. I'm still setting up a few Stalkers are going to come across. Zealots are going to get chased a little bit as well, so chasing across over there. +3 attack, Disruptor, Dark Shrine. Now the Nexus coming through as well. Just going to see the rest of the Lings going to come over as the Storm is going to drop straight down onto those Zerglings as well. Fujumi is becoming a bit of a carry in this game. His supply is good, but he is heading into Storm. I like that Eva's getting an Ultra Cavern too, something a little bit later game for him. He's been kind of the Ling support guy so far, but I like that he's going into... I think those Ultras have a better chance than the Hydras did in the previous game, for example, right? So I like that a lot. Storm's here, going to try and catch some of those Lings. In fact, going to hit a lot of those Lings, and the Ling support unit is not going to help at all in this one as they get turned around with immediate effect. So Stalkers and Archons continue to step forward. And we've seen those other units still chasing through. +3 attack, +2 armor coming online as well. So all of this coming online. Just going to see another Storm dropping down on those Stalkers. So a little bit more damage being done already. Team's still gathering up as we come all the way to the top side. Ling Stalker now going to push in to this 12 o'clock. I mean, Fujumi had a lot of... It still is the supply leader in this game. This definitely still has been a factor as we just see the units coming straight over. Just going to have ourselves a little bit of bio-flying. Archon goes down already. The Stalkers and the High Templar continue to come through as well, so they just continue to make their way up at the moment. And again, 2-2 upgrades continuing into play. +3 melee, +2 carapace, tightness play, and all coming online. On the right-hand side, those Stalkers are going to come through and go after the Pylon. Pylon will fall. Now the Stalkers recalling to the bottom side as well, going to try and get active also. As we go back and forth. And the rest of the Zealots, the Stalkers still coming about. Just going to see everything else moving around as well. A few more Zealots getting warped in. DT's coming over. And Zealot Stalker will step forward. The Ultra going to try and move up. 3 melee upgrades coming through on the side of Eva as well. As those continue through, those Lings are wrapping around. Those Stalkers are taking some hefty damage, so tons of damage being done in that regard as, man, those Ultras definitely stepping through and doing a lot. Max Specs is hurting supply-wise, and that might have a big kind of impact on this game eventually. Just still chasing down. The rest of the Lings still coming through. They are supported by Stalkers here as well. Max Specs' units are just dropping. So Max Specs' supply is really hurting a lot. Gerald and Fujumi are going to be big factors in this game. Gerald has the disruptors. He's a little bit more set up to kind of fight a PvP fight. He pulled the disruptor away. Gerald, that is your enemy. He should have absolutely been trying to jump on that there. Fujumi's supply dropping off a little bit. We're still going forwards over on this side. Archons trying to get involved. We kind of need these Stalkers to get rid of the Archons so the Ultras can do their thing more comfortably. Oh, Fujumi's supply has plummeted, though. We actually might need Iba to come and save the day over here. Now, Iba is the supply leader of the game outside of Gerald. It's Gerald. He might just be the hard carry here. Stalker's going to get hit by the Disruptor. These Ultras are still shredding on the other side, but we've got to stop Gerald. If we never stop this Gerald army, what are we going to do? Disruptor shots just keep landing, keep getting units. I mean, at this point, the Disruptors are going to be tough to get rid of. Again, Ultras are kind of the perfect unit for it, perhaps. They're not going to care so much about the Disruptors and can run through it very easily a lot of the time. Stalkers will claim the hatchery. Another Disruptor shot going to go. Hits an Immortal as we pass. 2 more Disruptors. Ultra going to be actually kept alive somewhat. Guard supply also dropping. Iba is the supply leader in the game. Maxpax is so far down supply that this is maybe actually going to go the way of Iba, Fujumi, and Kakutas. I think they might have done enough right here. Still step up. Ultra putting some work in. I mean, Garrett had to back away. Here, I mean, there's harassment being going on elsewhere at the same time, guys. Obviously, it's become a very hectic scenario. Marines coming through. The gateway and the +1. Shielding coming up. Medivacs and Marines coming out. The Ling's going to get through for the mineral line. +3 attack about to finish up on that forge, by the way, as Stalkers and Disruptors still gathering. We will see. Disruptors, Stalkers still gathering up. Just going to be seeing the other Stalkers coming back through. Shots coming around. Stalkers taking hits. Game is steady. I mean, Fujumi's supply is rebuilding as well. Now, it is going to be Stum's Tech in there as well. It might not be Disruptors, but it's a Mortal Archon, High Templar. So Fujumi's rebuild, him getting back in terms of supply, that's the difference. Maxpax is on 25 supply, Spirit's on 60. The overall supply right now is like 245 versus 320 or so. Maybe even 330. I mean, it is 100% in favor of the guys who I would call the underdogs. More storms go down, Stalker's going to get hit. Another storm goes down again, Disruptor flies up, not going to land just yet. A couple of Zealots, the Stalker's going down. We're going to be seeing our Lings going in over here, going to hit a lot of the Geralt economy, forcing DTs to be walked in defensively. That's going to keep some of Geralt's interests away from this front line, which I think is important as well. Another Disruptor shot or 2 coming about. Stalker's going to get hit by that Disruptor. We are going to have ourselves more Lings coming about as well. Trying to move across, a couple Stalkers taking hits. The Lings are going to be there. Disruptor shot fires, trying to hit the Stalkers. Not quite able to just yet, as the Immortals are still coming about. Another Disruptor goes down. Marines and a Medivac joining up together. Additional Lings coming through. The Infestor is still building. Again, a couple more Disruptors building through as we speak. Storm goes down. Lings are taking damage. Lings and Ultras looking to wrap around. Good blinding clouds on the Stalkers. GG's are getting called. I don't know if Garrett will leave the game as quickly as Spirit and Maxpax, but he will not be far behind. It is going to get called in favor of Fujumi, Iba, and Kakut, who go to the finals here today. Damn, what a great game here in our 3v3 semifinals. That was a great game. That was awesome. Damn, delivered. Let me try and check on the other match. There is a streamer in that game. So maybe, just maybe, I can see how it's going at least. Oh, they're at a game right now. Have we got a finals? Trying to see it. I think the other semi might be done, guys. We might have our finals coming up. Good, Ibra and Jumi. Gonna be up against, I think, Shameless Machine and, yeah, okay. Shameless Machine and Tiger gonna be taking the 2-0 there to move to the finals. Goblin, Lambo, and Baby Marine getting knocked down. And we have got our finals set to go. Alright. Final set to go. Gonna kick this off in a few. Perfect. I'll go deeper in Warrior. I think finals will probably be best of 5, guys. Sort of makes sense. We've been the right sort of time to play a best of 5 final, so they've not been going super long, which is kind of just the one thing I didn't want to do, so we're good. Hostum not managed 2 friends to put a team in. Hostum's in Korea right now, so he's, yeah, he's not around to get some players playing with him. A little night for him. Moment. Do, 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 do. Alright, gonna get final sorted out, guys. We're gonna kick off into this, and we'll get this going. Thank you for joining us here today. 12-1 final match coming up. Just gonna throw the break screen on for a couple of moments. I'll be right back. At the end, we do have the sponsorship going on. Start. You know what? I'll mention that after because we're in ads. Yubby, 1 sec. Alright guys, we should not be far from getting into this, I imagine. To wait for some videos to come through, and we'll get this underway and kick back off into the 8 games in just a few moments in time. So just going to get that all up and running. And more Starcraft 2 coming through again. Thank you so much. I did want to mention the sponsorship again. Star Trek Fleet Command, !star in the Twitch chat if you haven't already. You can check it out, and we've actually had a bunch of people getting up to some of the higher levels and stuff, so appreciate you guys getting up to level 2, level 6, help support the stream, unlocking your second ship, which is honestly pretty quick as well once you get to level 6, and so it's around that same time. All of that helps to support the stream directly, so do check that out. Helps out a whole bunch. The more you play, I mean, the more you play, the more levels you get, the higher it goes, so keep playing if you want to, but anything you can do to help support helps out massively. A free way for us to, for you guys to support the stream, so we appreciate that if you can. We'll be taking ourselves a chance to get into this finals, hopefully ASAP, so again, that's !star in the Twitch chat. We'll get into this 3v3 finals, hopefully very soon. It's coming, guys. It is coming! I promise you. It's on its way. On its way. Alrighty. Be good to go in a momento. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Thank you, Dave, for the 28-month resub. Meow wow. Thank you so much. All feeling good. Oh, you just followed. Welcome. Thanks for following. As a buoy, thank you so much for the 57-month resub. Appreciate it. Thank you so much as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As we are just trying to get our guys already. Vetoing can be obviously a bit of a weird process in 3v3 because you're vetoing for your full team, and sometimes there's a bunch of different input on that. So, definitely some considerations to be made there. Some considerations. Do 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 do. Double check the videos are nearly done. Alright, the videos are in fact done. Cool. I'm gonna start on Sandstorm. Oh no, apparently they've picked the maps and now we're just waiting for them to pick the first map. Okay, I see, I see. That's all good, that works. That works. Like I said, guys, just some downtime, getting our final set up, but we'll be right into this in a few moments. That was a great game 3 between in the last series. It was really, actually, genuinely very, very good. Very competitive, very back and forth. Everyone to see, you're going to be White Chamber for map number 1. I've seen this map a couple times, actually. Just going to get back to it. See what goes on. Perfecto. Let's get this started up. Away again in just a few moments. Just waiting for the other team to accept their invite in, and I'll be off into this finals. Again, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you all being here. Hey, everyone's joined. All right, be able to go. Appreciate me being here too, and yeah, so much for appreciating me, appreciating you. Just waiting for the players to go. Hopefully they say we can go. We can kick this off. Bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. Counting down on White Chamber. Dun 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 dun. Alright, countdown's good. Let's kick this off, as we are going to have ourselves in the bottom right side the guys who I feel like have actually created the biggest upset, because their opponents I really felt like were pretty darn good. The last time we saw them play 3v3, Bajumi, Iba, and Kokut, and they are taking on Shameless, GG Machine, and Tiger in this grand finale, which will be best of 5 in number 1 here. Starting up and get this on the go. Probe just going over. It's going to head up to the top. As you see, a couple of probes going to move about here for a few moments. And Gateway and the Assimilator coming through. The hatchery coming into play. Get that going. As a few drones continue online, the Gateway and the Assimilator both continue into action. So far, so good. As, yeah, we see where we are going to go. Probe comes all the way around the top side. Again, the militia player scout will go down. Our players will figure out where we are at. Oh, thank you so much for hitting level 2 in Star Trek Fleet Command. Thank you very much indeed. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. As our probe continues over again, hatch gas pool coming up next, and the cyber core coming in as well. Next, in the cyber core coming on both sides. Again, the hatch and the pool continue to come by, and the drone will be finishing. The Nexus, cyber core, and assimilator coming online. Queens come through, links come up. It's the link speed upgrade coming in on the side of machines to get that started. Okay, Twilight Council. Continue to come by. The next is coming through as well. Just gonna see that probe still moving about a little bit. Take a few moments as the other Zergling sets up the right-hand side, taking the watchtower as we go. Link moving over. Again, link speed halfway done. The Bane Nest coming up and online. Twilight Council building through on the side of Shameless. Again, a couple links is going to fight for Watchtower control. It goes the way of Machine, but then two links of Eba show up. And the Adept is on its way over as well. So just continue to get that all settled here. Once again, we have ourselves the Blink coming around. Wargate still coming through. Again, the Gateway coming up as well. Get that all settled in right here as... Just have ourselves a link. Continue to come about. Hatchery is coming over. Stalker's going to ping. The link going to take a little bit of damage as well. And again, just going to have ourselves a couple of gateways. Also continuing to establish for the moment. There's 18 more links. Robo Facility. Blink coming online. A couple Banes and drones all coming up as well. So we bring all of that through here for the moment. And get that Blink online. ASAP. It's going to be double blink from Jumi and Kokut, as we've seen from them a lot today. Obviously, there's double Protoss Zerg as well versus double Protoss Zerg, so we've got the same compositions on both sides. But we do have one Protoss player that's playing that Stargate, that Oracle Tiger. Going to get the Oracle up rather than playing the Blink, so a little bit different there. Let me go from there. Does it help if you've played Fleet Command before? No, so it's only going to work if it's like a new account. So it would work if you played on your phone before, but then you played on the PC, because there's a PC version now, or vice versa. But yeah, if you already have an account on your phone and you download, it's just going to take you to your account, right? So it's only for new installs. Think about it, finish on the Twilight Council. There's a few Lings and the Banes. We'll gather up over on the right. And we will get ourselves ready to have a little bit of a run into this right side base. A couple of Banes spreading about, figuring out what it is that we would like to do. The Bane's going to roll forward or waddle forward and try and bust in. A few Zealots showing up from Tiger, and the Bane's actually going to get to connect and knock some of those Zealots down. And we've got our Stalkers with the Blink available from Jumi going Overlord hunting. Machine going to get supply blocked as he loses out on those Overlords. And start running up this ramp, and I mean, it does feel as though, I mean, this aggression looking pretty to start with. Here's our other Protoss players showing up with their Stalkers. Lings of Eba obviously will do a lot to support as these Banes is going to straight up go for the mineral line and get a bunch of probes. Try and knock the Protoss player just out of this defense completely by hurting their economy so heavily. They'll be tough to recover. And just keep those Banes back so good in case certain units show up as well. We're going to depower the Robo so the Immortal doesn't pop here. And yeah, obviously I didn't even think about the fact, but Ling Bane versus Ling Bane is kind of a factor here too. Those Banes trying to get forward, trying to push their way in. They're actually going to be seeing a lot of explosions going down. Banelings don't really do much on either side. Neither player was able to really capitalize on those effectively. I do think, though, this is a little bit more dangerous for Jumi's team in terms of what they are doing, because they are definitely making progress. And what I really love for them is that their Zerg is low supply, but one of the Protoss players is low supply on the other side. And I think a Protoss is going to bring much more to a fight like this than a Zerg is. Ling spawning out from Machine right now are just not going to be in good enough numbers to have that much of an impact, realistically. The Stalkers blink back again. We still have a Bane mixed in as well, and that's why it can be such a big deal. We do lose the War Prison, though. Maybe getting a bit too aggressively far forward. Actually going to go chasing for a few more drones. Does not quite get there. Now going to go for this next instead, settling on that. Well, we actually have Shameless on very good supply. A lot of Stalkers available for him. Just have a hatchery, so it's going to try and build. Just going to get a couple of hatches going up here from Machine as he tries to spend his money. Having lava problems. Tiger knocked down to only one base, so I would say, I mean, the problem is for Eber is just dead in the water. Eber has no economy left behind this one base of workers. They are going to get another base of Machine here on the low ground, so just taking what they can get while being active on the map. Like I say, Shameless has good supply, but his teammates really don't have much supply at all, which is kind of the issue here. We're going to blink through. Well, he's trying to blink through. We're going to send it and just try and jump on the Shameless army. The Immortal and a couple of sentries. Actually, the Banelings hitting some of the sentries, going to soften those up and make that an easier bit of progression. Is going to help a fair bit as well. Now these Stalkers continue to sit in a concave. Stalkers pulling across. Going to see the couple of Banes are going to be there. Just going to have our 3 force fields coming down again. As we do have ourselves the Ling's going to try and keep on pressing through. Shameless is going to live still at 116 supply, much further ahead than anyone else in this game. And I think overall, Shameless, Machine, and Tiger are probably, I mean, their supply is what, 120, 205, 265, let's say? There or thereabouts, probably a bit higher now. Versus 190, so we are talking about two very different sets of supplies from one side to the other, and Shameless jumping on a few more units there is going to help a lot. I think the one thing that Fujumi's squad had is that his team has maybe kept a few more bases alive, but that may not matter if you don't have the drones to mine from them. May not matter at all. Zerglings now going up the right, a few Lings going to meet each other. He's going to get through. A few Zerglings going to get blasted for the moment. A couple of gates just coming online. We do have our cannon just going to pick its way through that Stargate, so again a bit more damage being done as we work our way through that one. And we'll see these Stalkers going to go blinking one more time. Down to the bottom side, Stalkers going to get there. Other Stalkers get chased away. So we're trying to grab some kills. Other Stalkers coming back. I mean, we got to do what we can to try and survive in this moment. As yo, Hot Donkey, thank you so much for the 59-month resub. Welcome back. Appreciate it. This really does not bode well for the... I mean, honestly, just does not really bode well for you right now, as long as the Stalker's going to keep on stepping through. I think it's just going to be a bit too much. Obviously, your aggression is not quite gone the way you need it to. These Stalkers coming the other way. Hive coming up. Carapace, Overlord speed coming online as well. We do have some DT harass going on. The machine is kind of hurting. It's just Shameless. It's just extremely powerful. This Protoss army is massive. And Tiger has recovered in the form of Immortals. And hey, a few Immortals are never going to go astray in an army like this one. Stalker Immortal fighting Stalker Immortal. A couple of force fields coming down. More Stalkers still being warped in. Just going to crush our way through a lot of those, however, and they are going to go down pretty easily. Sentry falls. Immortal still taking some shots. We're going to have ourselves a an army here that is not being defeated, put it that way, and it is impressive, I think, to recover from what was a very scary attack on the other side of the map from the other team early, but we are going to do it. That's going to be good for game number 1 of this best of 5. GG, GG, and GG, and that is going to be that. We are going to go to a 1-0 lead for Machine Tiger and Shameless in this grand final of our Warditv 3v3 event. The last of these events that we have the money sponsored for at the moment. Again, thank you so much, A Great Entertainment. I'm putting the link and the info in the Twitch chat right now. You guys can check them out. They're the makers of Grim Dawn and other great games. And they just love RTS. They want to support some Starcraft too, so they threw some money our way to run this Steam game event. It's been an absolute blast. Alright, we're waiting for them to host game 2, and we'll get straight into it. It's Lost July for our second map, so get this started up. And yes, do continue to check out !star as well in the Twitch chat for the Star Trek Fleet Command sponsorship, guys. I'm going to push this hard because it's honestly, you know, if you guys want to support for free, it's a great way to support. It gives us direct cash. You guys playing the game, and we can turn cold hard cash into StarCraft 2 content. You've seen it before. Seen how, you know, how many events we can run. So I promise you, that is what we're going to be doing with the money. So if you do enjoy the stream, do consider supporting. Thank you so much. Lost July for map number 2, and for Jumi, Eva, and Cuckoo to come back. fight their way back into this match or not. We'll be finding out in a moment. Loading game. Map 2 of this best of 5 finals. Down a game in the bottom is going to be Jumi, Iba, and Kukut. Maybe not as aggressive from them this time. See how they take their bases here against Shameless Tiger and Machine in the top right-hand side. Some guys that have consistently been very good in the team game tournaments that we've ran, so kind of cool to see them in the finals. They're always looking good and putting some pressure in, so very exciting to see. Focusing on the Nexus. Game's coming through. Hatch drones coming by as well. It's just going to bring a lot of that to place at the moment. Get that underway. Two gates from both the Protoss players, Shameless and Tiger. Maybe some aggression from those guys in the early stages here. Two gates each obviously suggests there is going to be a little bit of a possibility of it. Definitely some potential. Overlord moving over, Cybercore coming up, Gateway will start, a couple of additional Stalkers beginning. There's the Warp Gate coming through on the side of Shameless, so we get that on the go. This probe continues over as well. As yo, what's up, Petrocana? Thank you so much for the 2-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate it. Bringing about. It's going to be seeing some pressure already setting up over here as the additional gateways coming through, and you can see this aggression really building already. Like I say, put some early pressure on. It's going to be Lane Bane building up from Eva, so he's going the right direction to kind of support this. We do see not really much from Machine right now, taking his hatchery, taking a third base. So the two pros players applying pressure. Like I say, Eva going to join in on the defense, but if Machine just gets into a macro scenario and not too much comes of this, I mean, then Machine's going to potentially take the lead in the game for the squad in the top right. It'd be very interesting. Gonna make this a habit? Hell yeah. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Making it a habit. Make it a New Year's resolution. There you go. We're talking about those soon, won't we? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Definitely use it on somebody. If it's sat there, you may as well put it to use. The worst thing you can do with a Prime sub is not put it on someone's channel, because it does help. Those feelings are going to just go chasing away. No link speed for a couple more seconds, but then it kicks in, and now that link speed allows you to play chase down on those Stalkers. So here we go, chasing for the moment. I mean, Stalker count is building up. Shameless going to pressure forward once more here. Going to get a Stalker Cocoon as we continue to chase down over the left-hand side. Nexus will take a few more hits. Flag Council about to complete. A couple more probes coming online. The Stalkers are still stepping through. Going to see one Stalker getting picked away at. So now some Zerglings are getting jumped on as well. Stalkers chasing down. The few Lings going across. A couple of Baneleys are going to connect as well. Damage being done across the board at the moment as our Dark Shrine is about to complete from Tiger. So some extra aggression coming up if you've been too busy dealing with this defense. And then you actually have to deal with the fact that your opponents have TTs as well. You just don't have detection ready. That could be huge. I see a Robo Facility halfway done, but not ready yet, and the Dark Shrine is finished. We're already doing well as Machine now swarmed with Lings. Going to depower all 3 gates of Fujumi. So Fujumi going to lose out on his gateways. That's a major problem. Shameless is starting to get pushed back a little bit. The Queens trying to transfuse each other up. A little bit of not target played Ling action there. If they had targeted certain Queens, they would have had more kills. And Shameless gets pushed all the way back. I think this is now going to come down to what can Tiger's DTs do. Do we have any DTs out already? Yes, 2 of them, and they're moving into different mineral lines. Robo about to be done, so we actually have an observer spawning. But obviously it's a question of where is that observer versus where the DTs were. One DT here just never got very far at all. Where the other 2, one just got warped in, one's in this mineral line. Trying to do as much as possible, but this is going to get cleaned up now. Jumi going to warp DTs of his own. The only problem for Jumi's DTs is that he's warping in slowly, as we have another big round of Lings over here. This is a machine who's just a 36 drone Zerg versus a 24 drone Zerg, because Epa started to make a defense much sooner than Machine did. Because they were dealing with this Stalker pressure, Machine just got the extra drones going, and so now he's a much better off Zerg, right? And look at how effective these Lings can be. Now, Epa does have Banelings to try and push those Lings back, but we are target firing those Banes pretty effectively so far. The DT trying to push through and get across the map to try and go deal damage. As they continue to trade, a pylon of Fujumi will go down on this low ground. Still got the Banes coming in, Machine kites backwards, still trying to let the Stalkers deal with those if at all possible. Or whenever possible. We should say the Skull Crawlers are coming up, the Lings running away as the Stalkers continue to chase. And the Forge and the Robo Facility and the Gateway continue to come online. The rest of the Lings and the Banes gathering up as well. Up will get jumped on, Zeld will get cleaned up, we kill off the Overlord. A lot more Lings down the right hand side as well, looking to see where they can go. Bane's morphing, going to start moving back towards the far right. We've seen what they can do, jumping onto the pylon. So deep out of the Twilight, I mean, obviously it would be sad to actually lose the Dark Shrine, but even losing the Twilight is something which is like, well, you know, in a lot of scenarios you would have had this for the next stage of the game, but now you're just not going to have it for the next stage of the game, so that really does kind of suck. Lane's going to get shot down, Stalker's going to go after those probes. Again, Ling Bane coming through, Robo Facility Nexus and +1 all coming up as well. Rest of our Stalkers gathering back up as we settle once more here as the recall comes down. And that Link coming up for the moment, the Gateway and the Forge coming over, melee upgrade, drone, and Lings all producing as well. So all of that continues to come around here as we have ourselves the Lings just going to continue to play clean up. This game is going to settle a little bit. It's going to get into a very interesting place. Shameless and Tiger's supplies are quite low. Machines is pretty good. Just wondering if we're going to have enough to kind of keep going in this. I mean, Shameless is going to Chrono Boost our probes at the moment, working on 25, 29, and 54. To 44, 27, 38. I mean, what's the math on that? 71, 108. It's about 110 versus a little shy of 110, 105 or so, a little less. So yeah, the economy is on the side of the defensive team early, as they have indeed managed to defend. He's going to wrap on that hatchery, taking that down. A few Stalkers are still going to step up. Make their way over as well. Meanwhile, Bane's getting picked away at. Melee upgrade coming through. Bane speed's about to finish. The rest of our Zergling's going to retreat back here. We morph in extra Banelings. Just bring those Banelings straight up. Just going to see the Stalkers coming back over. Stalkers and Lings together going to gather, and you see a cannon just going to come in behind this mineral line. Once again, a lot more Lings make their way down to the bottom here. Another Bane or two going to get morphin'. A couple of those going to get picked off as well. Stalker's going to get a couple more overlords right at the end of this one. Just grabbing those. Even supply blocked is again going to give Machine the edge in the Zerg versus Zerg warfare. On his way to Infestation Pit and Hide Den, while Eba does not have a lair. Kind of begins to put you in perspective of where the game is at for the Zerg kind of comparisons, but again, you've got two different Protoss, two very different scenarios on the other side, because then if the script flips when you compare Protoss players. Jumi and Kukut have 206 supply versus the 140 or so of the other two Protoss players in the game, so Yeah, I mean, does a 20-30 supply lead for Zerg make up for 60 supply of Protoss players? Probably not. So it's looking very good as if Jumi, Ibra, and Cocoon to potentially tie up this series 1-1 in the best of 5. Stalkers escaping, Sentries, Archons all going away. Stalkers on the bottom side going to come through and get a whole bunch of drones. Going to jump on those, and a lot of drones already going down. Just going to have ourselves a pylon dropping. Kit gets depowered. Stalker's still trying to fire over facility. Falls as well. There's an Immortal that will also drop. Ling Bane Hydra still pushing through. Those Stalkers just going to have to retreat out of there for the moment. The Immortal and the Sentry still setting up. A few Lings are coming across. And the Immortal's still whacking away. Stalkers doing everything they can at the moment. Lings are going to go for it as they hit the Stalkers as well. Just going to be seeing the Lings and the Hydras. Also, coming about. Got an extra couple of Banelings coming through. Hydra Ling going to continue down the right-hand side. The charge coming online. The +2 attack coming online. Do knock down a few more Lings on the left. The Overlords will fall. The Lings will be going down. Push up over here. Just got to be careful not to kind of split these units too much. I mean, you want to make sure your other teammates are kind of fighting at the same time. As Shameless is looking to cut off these Stalkers. I don't think Shameless's army is better, though. I think he's outnumbered horribly in that scenario. Ibra is trying to do something, but again, Ibra on his own is mostly just a run by Zerg. 40 supply. He's basically out of this game. Like I say, he can run some Lings in every now and again, but that really is about it. I just don't think Ibra's going to have that much of an impact as we continue through this one. Lings step up. Ling Hydra Lurker coming down. Lurkers will get burrowed already. The left side, the other Stalkers coming through. That's Nexus that gets picked off as well. The Pylon getting cleaned out. Both robot facilities also coming in. Just going to see how Archons are fighting. The Immortals are going to get jumped on. So we're going to be able to take all those Immortals down. I mean, that's nice to get rid of those units from Tiger, and he's kind of out of this game as well at this point. I think we've got ourselves a situation here where, yeah, this kind of looks as though we're going to have ourselves a 1-1 tied-up series in this finals. Because we got a couple of Protoss armies right now from Jumi and Co. that are just a little bit too good. Nice for Machine, going to run around and find a disruptor. Always try to, doesn't go that well in the end. Jesus, nothing's going well in the end. And +3 attack and blink coming up as well. Just going to see those feelings and Bane still coming through. Trying to play a chase down. Also going to get turned around for the moment. Hatchery falls. I'm just going to see the Lings trying to get a jump on these Stalkers. The Stalker's going to get grabbed. So all of those will go down. Damage done. We got ourselves a nice network building. The extra drones coming up as well. I mean, Machine got to do something to put his teammates on his back right now and do, you know, anything that he can. But in reality, this situation is just unlikely to really happen. Much going on right now as we have a couple of Lurkers going to fire. Disruptors are going to be taking shots as well. Disruptor going to force the Stalkers to blink backward here. Now some Lings splitting up. Some other Lings on Machine showing up as well. A couple of the Lings going to get jumped on. Zelda Mortal Archon Force still going to come up this ramp. The Lurkers, they obviously have an impact. We disrupt a shot off to the left rather than up the ramp. I mean, it is going to be some defendable positions simply for the fact that this map has got those ramps into those positions, so that's a factor. Actually trying to come back up from Ibra as he's getting Nidus in the main. I mean, you can eliminate Ibra all you like. There's still two Protoss players that are extremely powerful. I think focusing on getting rid of a Zerg that has basically not had supply all game long is the wrong call from the teams, where if they could, you know, if they could shut down Jumi or they could shut down the other Protoss at some point of this, then maybe there'd be a chance, but I think just continue to put the Nidus towards Ibra and all of that is the wrong call. As like I say, attacking Ink here has clearly been an issue. I mean, do we need to go into like a later game bit of tech right now, or what we got to do here? Stalker's going to cross, some other Stalker's going to be there, a few shots coming around. On the bottom side, we are going to clean up this Nidus network, so we can pick away at that and get rid of that for a few moments at least. Yeah, continue to protect Eva's base. Stalkers just continuing to stop the expansion out onto the map. And we just put a clamp down on this game, essentially, for the moment. I'm going to attempt to Nidus in the background. Send up once again. Nidus still coming through. Mortals are going to fire. A couple of mortals going down. The lurk going to get jumped on. Colossus moving through as well. With the ship, plus one armor coming about. The lurkers are burrowed, and I mean, okay, this is what I like more. This night is actually hitting something a bit more meaningful, as Jimmy's supply is definitely starting to drop a little bit here. And his army supply is going to be good, I guess, but that's about it. I see the Stalker's still stepping up. Cannon is taking some shots, just going to be seeing our Nexus, Robos, all dropping. Forge as well. More Disruptor shots coming about. The Disruptor going to pop out as well. So that's nice. Lurker's going to get caught by those Disruptors, though. So we're finally kind of penetrating through to that high ground as Shameless is counterattacking. We'll get the base of Eva, but like I say, how much does that do for you guys overall? Everyone's sub 100 supply. And everyone being at sub 100 is not exactly going to be the dream here. It's not, I mean, I guess it's not terrible, right? I mean, it's what? It's like 320 versus, or 350 versus 100. Yeah, like 240. Yeah, okay. It's like 100 supply difference. That's trying to justify to some extent, but. We've seen our Stalker still coming through. Pound will go down. We've seen a couple of Mortals going to get jumped on as well. It's going to be having the Stalker Mortal coming across. A couple of drones getting jumped through. Stalkers get pushed right back to the corner. Gravitic Boosters, that observer speed of all things, coming up as well. A couple swipes still coming into play as they probes. Yeah, from this base that got taken down, we'll figure out where to go to. It's one of those games where I feel like it's been an enduring battle, but for the last 10 minutes, the battle has just been figuring out how to break into the ramps, you know, and up into these bases, because it's not being close. You know, there's been some plays and there's been some bits and pieces, but it's not been a close game. It's not been a close game for a very long time at this stage. So this has been really decided for a while. Army in the center, Stalker Disruptor moving about. Just gonna have ourselves the Disruptor. Let's do armor as well. Tigers left the game. Looks as though GGs are going to be coming out, and there it is. As Ajumi pushes in with the mothership, and we get a conclusion to this one, like I said. I'd like to be a bit more excited, but to me, this one was kind of done 10 minutes ago. It was definitely done 5 minutes ago. We were just waiting for some final pushes. Like, yes, Eva kind of got bullied a bit more and died, and there was a couple of Nidus's, but they never truly made this dangerous, you know? They never made this like a truly more dangerous situation than what it was. GG's. So, thank you so much for level 2 on the Star Trek Fleet Command. Appreciate it, guys. I appreciate that coming in. Again, level 2, super easy to get. Basically, play the intro. If you got half an hour or so to click and speed through, you can get to level 6 pretty quickly as well. It helps a lot. Get to level 6, you're also basically able to get your second ship. That helps massively. If you do all of that, it's like $12-ish to the stream, which is obviously huge. So, yes, if you do enjoy the content, you want to support for free, check out Star Trek Fleet Command. Like I say, if you have a little bit of time to put in, doesn't have to be all at once either. You can do a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, whatever. Getting to that second ship is the first big milestone that really like is a big chunk of like extra cash onto the stream that's going to help us to run some events. But even if you just want to get level 2 and then tap out, that's great as well. Every little helps. Anything we can do to punch some more StarCraft 2 into existence. So we are going to take a moment to settle. Into a game 3. Wait for this to get picked. Lobby is coming up. Sentinel going to be our map. 1-1 tied up here in this best of 5. Game 3 coming through in a moment. It's ready to go. Everyone joining, so just should be a moment or so. Do 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 do. Ready up. It's all coming through, guys, so we should be able to kick this off, this finals game 3, in just a second here in the 3v3 event today. Thanks for joining us for some 3v3. Glad to be able to bring you guys the games. Thank you again to Great Entertainment for sponsoring. Without them, these games would not be happening. Missing one of the teams are just not ready enough, guys. We'll take a couple of moments. Okay, go cold, and we can kick this off. Away we will go. Away we shall go. Let's hop in. As we go to game 3, top left, it's Fajumi, Ibra, and Kukut. In the bottom right, it's Machine Tiger and Shameless. And we got ourselves Sentinel for the map. Yeah, let's see what we get. Let's see what happens as we go into this one. What is going to go down? Yo, thank you so much for unlocking your second permanent builder. That's a big one, actually. That helps the stream a lot as well. Thank you so much for getting your second builder. Okay, thank you so much. Funnily enough, when you do purchase those things in the game, it actually does come back to us as more money than what you spend purchasing, so it's essentially a donation to the stream, and you get to unlock some stuff in the game. So, like, yeah, like I'm trying to think around it, but like it actually is kind of like that. Like it's essentially a stream donation where whatever you spend actually comes back to us a little bit more than what you spend. So, unlock some stuff in the game if you're into that kind of thing, and it does actually help out the stream too. So, thank you so much. I appreciate it. As we take a few moments here, Nexus is going to go down. We get ourselves the hatch gas and spawning pool coming online. A couple of drones coming about as well. The probe continues to run about for a few moments. Really not much to talk about yet. We'll give it a few moments and then see where we're at. But so far, the Zergs are on the same builds. No multiple gateways or anything this time around either. Yo, Walgren, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Going to make it 6. Thank you to the Valorant +1. Thank you so much for the 6 gifted subs to Tobias Zijo, Easy Rider DD, Pseudo Kill Me, Bakery Sex, Sysfab, and Unlimited Rageworks. Thank you so much for the 6 gifted subs. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, mate. Happy holidays and Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Hope you've been having a great festive period. In a couple of moments as our few Zerglings move around, we take a little bit of time to get settled in. just for a moment. And Twilight Council on the way. Got ourselves a sentry coming through. So we've got Twilight Council on either side of the map. Coco is going to go for the Stargate this time. And the Robo Facility from Tiger. He's been a big Immortal guy. Just build Immortals and just build up those. You're actually going to get the Ling Bane going a little bit with that Baneling Nest now coming online as well. I think it's always nice to have a Bane Nest if it's going to be Ling versus Ling. So I think that's pretty neat as our Zergling comes around. The left-hand side gets set up. Facility coming through. Again, the Forge coming online. The Bane Nest is coming online. Hatchery coming in as well. A couple more drones and the Queen all coming into play for the moment. Hallucination just going to go flying about as well. Just going to come back around the right. Hang about for a little bit longer. Again, Blink coming through the gateway, +1 attack, and so all coming online as well. Just gonna have ourselves the Oracle. We're gonna go after those couple of probies, so a little bit of pro damage being dealt. So this Oracle doing decently, and now Eva gonna show up with the Ling. Is gonna try and hit this fresh Nexus. There's nothing there defensively, right? So that's a cancel. So Shameless will have to cancel up this attempted third base. So Eva doing a good job of keeping that on track for the moment. It's coming through, just going to be seeing the Zerglings taking some damage. Lair coming up, the Lings and the Queen on the way, Immortal and +1 producing. Got a couple of Stalkers still gathering together for the moment. +1 charge coming through from Forjumi. Did he go Blink at all? No, it's just charge on the way from Forjumi. A little bit different from him. Wonder if they maybe look to be aggressive with Forjumi getting charge. While the Robobay and so come up on the side of like Tiger and Shameless, and maybe we see them teching and then they get hit by that timing. Maybe that could be a little bit deadly. Some potential there for sure. The couple of Banes are still threatening to go off here and there. Queen just going to drop in a couple of shots, so a bit more damage being done. The Stalkers and the Immortal continue to gather together right now. And bring that Bane speed into play. Just having the couple Lings coming through. The Queen going to be there. Hit those Lings as well. Rest of the Stalkers join up, and there's a pylon going down. Though the Stalker's now going to get hit. Continue to step forward again. Stalker's taking damage. We're actually going to lose one. A little bit of a Blink Micro War. Shameless going to try and capitalize, jumping on these units. That's a big win. We try and recall. It's going to be at least one more dead Stalker. Actually think he maybe could have got two. It was very slow to actually stop an attack there, as though he was maybe looking away, not expecting the recall, and then realized it was recalling a little bit too late. Actually, recall is over here, but we do have reinforcements that's going to help stabilize things. That could have been dangerous. You can see the potential for that to go all wrong, right? So. Stalker still move about. The Zergling's going to set up on the left side of Baneling, morphing in as well, so we morph that Bane immediately. Just going to join back up with the Banes between the bases, and again our Immortal regathering as well. Make that a couple of Immortals just going to end up regathering for the moment. Oh, look at that. That's something we've not really seen yet. Either going to go into the Mutalisks. We've not really seen someone play Mutas all day. So some Muta play to mix it up here a pretty substantial amount as and the couple Phoenix coming through. The Sleep Beacon is coming online. Bucket Den starts up here from machines, so we just got himself straight away him teching. Not going to slow down too much in that regard. Excited to see what these Mutas can do. I mean, we're playing such heavy Stalker counts that you have to imagine there's got to be some fear of these, Mutas just running into Stalkers. We're going to keep building a few more, but there's also an Infestation Pit coming online. So you got to be extremely careful who are you going to send those Mutalisks to, because there's a lot of places you can send them. It's kind of just going to result in a bit of a death sentence, so definitely some cause for concern as the Phoenix show up. A couple of meters getting turned back away. Turn back onto those Phoenix. The Hydras and the Bane still gathering. A few more Lings moving about as well. Spore Crawler firing some shots off, and the meters take some more damage. And that Dark Shrine just about to finish up. Charge, +1 armor, +2 attack coming online as well. Will come straight through, and again, a few of those Stalkers get knocked down immediately as we'll be seeing our battery and our pylon continue to take some shots. Just gonna keep punching forward as the probes are gonna roll through as well. So a few more of those probes are gonna keep going down. I mean, this is a big Protoss army, and we are gonna now be met by Mutants coming in to help and everything else coming in to help as well. Tiger's got a lot of Phoenix, so these Mutants really do not feel like a great scenario. Now, Red Protoss, unfortunately, is now going to be hurting heavily. 75 supplies, the weakest in the game. And the other supplies from Machine and Shameless are definitely carrying against Fujumi and Ibis, so I feel as though we're looking pretty good in Team Russia here for game number 3. It feels pretty effective so far as the meters fly in. Hatchery will get jumped on for a couple of moments. Gather back up. Still got our upgrades coming through. Bits and pieces to help us along the way. And a muscular swell, for example. With those Hydra lunging around. Kim's still trying to hit the top right base, really trying to punish the red Protoss. In this game, the Zerglin's going to get through, going to grab the pylon. Flip her up and protect us, obviously with the Lurkers here as well. Definitely potential for a scary push. I think one of the big issues is just the fact that Eva is going to get bullied. I mean, honestly, the meter investment, I just don't see what it's going to be successful for. Because the problem is now you're building meters to kind of, corrupt us to try and protect the meters from the Phoenix. These are just dead weight units in every other aspect of this game, where the Phoenix is still going to have a role to play as well. I can see the Mothership playing the bottom side. Mothership will fall. Radiant's Hydra's Lurk is coming about. Disruptors going to get lifted, so that's exactly where the Phoenix can be good. The Hydras are going to dash forward, lunging in to join this fight, and that is going to be effective. As Fujumi attempts a recall, but loses a lot in the process as well, so now Fujumi gets beaten up a little bit. Did take out this base, and Machine is going to be missing that, but he's holding a middle base with a rich Vespene gas, so he's pretty rich right now. He's got to be feeling pretty darn good. And just going to boost across. The Lurk is going to try and settle in. As you see those Banes getting hit at. There's a couple of Infestors available. They're going to land Fungals on Lings and Banes. The Lurkers are an issue, right? Lurker versus Lurker is going to be a bit funky, but it is going to be an issue for attacking in general. But right now, for Jumi's army just getting jumped on. Shameless doing what he can there. Shameless's army is also taking damage, but Machine is definitely, with those Hydras, looking good. The problem is Hydras can get taken down. Kind of like, though, Tiger on his way to carriers, by the way, might just end up on, like, the ultimate Skytoss army. That might just be the secret in this game. Get the ultimate Skytoss army, and maybe he can be the winning factor that determines who takes the lead in this best-of-5 series. Phoenix is still working. Stalkers on the right side going to trade out. We are going to get rid of this base, so a little bit of a bounce back. Skakut is no longer the weakest player in the game. Shameless's supply is absolutely just plummeted. Is the carrier force going to be enough to carry Shameless along, as obviously Machine is still doing pretty well chasing Eba down at the moment, but I'm not immediately convinced these Lurkers are or these Hydras are going to be okay forever. I do think they have a sell-by date on them, but right now it ain't it, as we do see Eba losing his base and losing some units to go with it as well. You see the Hydras still just boosting around and actually going to cancel some morphing in Lurkers. There's one Lurker there though, which is scary. This more Shameless is going to come up this right side. Nowhere near as strong as he used to be. He lost so much in the last few moments, so Shameless definitely getting put back a level for a little bit. As we do have our Vipers and our Zerglings, our plus 3 missile upgrade all continuing through. Just coming about, just going to get a couple more cancels going in. little issue here is you're going to get kind of pushed in the corner. It's 3v1 right now. For Jumi, at least, is going to go down and try and take down some bases for the fact that we're probably going to lose a player in the top right. We try to recall out, but some Stalkers get left behind. Carriers are going to be an issue, right? I mean, we did have a Spire up from Eba. Can he afford Corruptors right now? Does he have any Corruptors left over? He's got 5, so he's got some sort of anti-air. I mean, big dive. I mean, to be fair, Machine's going to lose this base as well. They're getting rid of a lot of bases. There he is. Hydra's moving about. Just going to see our Stalker still moving through. He's going to fight in the bottom side as well. Just seeing our army coming back over. Overlord just going to take some damage already. Rest of the army gets back down to the south. Adrenal gland's coming up. And we're just going to be having ourselves the additional lurkers in production. Is still gathering here. We're just going to be having a couple of lurkers going to fend this army off. Push that back the other direction here. And again, just seeing this army settling down. A little abduct. Zarkon's going to get dragged in. Here come the disruptors flaming straight through. I just think those carriers are going to be such a problem. We're already down one player in the game, essentially. I don't think Eba's going to do much for Jumi. His last stand is this mothership. It's not going to be good enough at all. GG's, and they are going to make it happen. So much gained early in this game by bullying the top right red base in the corner. Really gave, I think, a lot of leverage to the Russian team, and I think they really utilized that well. Put themselves in some good positions and to go from there. GG's. Alrighty, guys. Potentially one last map coming up as we go into this one. Throw some ads down and get game number 4 coming up here as Fujimi and company are in trouble, trailing 1-2, but they were trailing before and they evened it out. Let's see if they can make it happen a second time. Holo carry army so strong. I know Tiger just sort of disappeared from the game for a bit, and then I next noticed Tiger, they were just building like mass carriers in the production tab. I was like, oh! You know what, to be fair, that's a fantastic strategy, you know. You go build your mass carriers, buddy. I'm 100% with you. It was obviously always going to set up into a very strong position, and obviously it did at the end. And GG was had. We will go hopefully momentarily. Waiting for a map pick to be made and the game to be hosted. And thanks for joining us today, guys. Hope you're all doing great. Appreciate you all being here. We can get resumed. Don't know what we're waiting for. Okay, map figured out in a moment. You're from Brazil. Welcome from Brazil. Desolator is going to be the map. What a name. Desolator. Alright, in the lobby. Hopefully not too much more delay. We go. Races are set, and we should be good to head into game number 4. Can Shameless, Machine, and Tiger close it out and become champs today? Find out real soon. Just waiting for them to go. Alright. As you can hear, counting down into it and get this underway. Potentially the last game of the day, guys. Might not be, though. Could also get tied up and go to a game 5. Let's take us away. Desolator. In the top left, going to be down in the series is going to be for Jumi, Iba, and Kukut. And they are taking on Machine, Shameless, and Tiger in the bottom right. They need a map to close this out and get the win. Extractors, drones, Overlord all coming online at the moment. That's settled in for these early stages. Coming across the map, kind of wondering who's going to be the aggressor this game. We've always had, like, you know, some players kind of stepping up aggressively in these matches so far, so see what happens. We just have our probe moving across. What's up, DBD Forever? How you doing? Sorry, score is 2-1. I must have misclicked that one. Apologies. I think I just fat-fingered the one after the 2, to be honest. Cybercore Nexus coming through, getting the Nexus coming online, Assimilator is building, Cybercore producing. Overlord on the way, link speed on the spawning pool. See those couple of stalks continue to come about. The Wolfgate coming through and the link speed coming around as well. And that's building. Hatchery coming through. The additional Zerglings and the link speed continue to come about as a couple of stalkers will come in from Red Protoss, who's proxying a gate as well, so there you go. Question answered. Ling Bane, gates coming online. We have clearly got a team that's looking to win this out early. And it's the team that trails looking to be aggressive early on. Solid Stalkers, Lings gathering here defensively. Machine has got his Spinecrawler build and a Bane Nest coming through. 3 gates on the way from Shameless, so 4 gating now. Double Robo from Tiger, not going to be effective for a little bit. Well, once you start cranking out 2 mauls at a time, that's going to be pretty great as well. So back and forth, couple more Stalkers firing away. Killing off these rocks. Guess because you want an easier time reinforcing up here or backing away down it. Bane's morphing in. Going to be go time in just a moment or two. Bane's gathering up. Ling's going to run down the ramp. A couple force fields come into play as well. I mean, this is obviously a little bit about buying time for yourselves, especially those 2 Immortals. If you get 2 Immortals out, I mean, the fact it's double Robo as well, 2 Immortals are going to be so good. Again, we got some Banes on either side, Lings on either side as well. We're going to walk up this ramp into double Immortal. Uh-oh, now those Stalkers are kind of stuck up there. However, the Lings get to the Immortals without an issue, and that's going to be big, but now Lings can focus on the other side, going towards Stalkers as well. 1 Immortal dies. If only 1 Immortal dies here, this is absolutely fine. And I think this is already looking like a solid defense. We do have more units obviously rallying together. The probes did have to pull on this defense. We've got 2 more Immortals about to spawn. I just don't think there's going to be anything that competes with the Immortals. Honestly, this is looking so good. No expansions on the Jumi, Iba, and Cuckoo's side apart from just Iba's expand. So no Protoss expansions. Immortals flying on A. A couple of force fields going to come down. We are going to see the Ling Bane coming across. And some okayish connections. Those Immortals do need a little bit of support, I suppose, as the Lings especially getting in front looking decent. Shots coming about. Damage being dealt. We'll see the Stalkers and the rest continue to come over here for the moment. Just going to continue to move about. I mean, is this going to be enough in the end? GG Machine's kind of down and dead. Shameless has good supply, but where is it? 6 Stalkers and a Sentry coming back from the back of this base. Losing our Zerg's going to be rough. I actually think if this works at the end, I really felt like those Immortals were going to be great, but we did such a great job of separating them from any support. I mean, they're still going to be great, but obviously, like I say, you get some Lings on them, and you stop them from being kind of with their Stalkers, and it's going to be an issue. Some of those Stalkers getting stuck there already. Again, the Immortals will chase for some more damage. Couple of Depths going to try and shade up once again. Just going to be seeing the Stalkers still gathering. Lings, Banes continue to come through. Twilight Council coming up on the side of Shameless. Just going to see the couple of Depths coming over. We've seen the Lings still moving about. Stalker's going to step up. Shameless's supply is very good. And it is definitely getting to a notable kind of point now where he's also supported by these Immortals. Blink on the way from Shameless 2 is going to be a major tech development, while we're going to see double Glaives on the way. Oh. I kind of like it, I kind of don't, because I actually feel like Adepts could do very well, but if Machine gets some Banelings up, they can help a lot against the Adepts, and if we just have enough Stalkers, I don't think these Adepts really matter at all. Overlord goes down. Immortals are going to step. A few Banes gathering up as well. The thing is, I mean, we're still all in over here, right? Whereas we're still mining off of 2 bases each on this side, so there's a very significant difference where this game is at. Even Machine is catching back up from a very bad position. And again, with these Immortals, I mean, I guess we're just going to Adepts to try and, yeah. You see all the Adepts, and so you're just going to have the Banelings to basically say, yeah, okay, so what? I mean, Machine's going for a Spire as well. If you're going to make Adepts, then there's not going to be any Antia. Adept's going to go one way, just going to be cancelling that Shade. First name Glaives, finishing soon. On the side of Jumi, if he can make something happen there, then great. I'm not immediately convinced, to be honest. I can see what happens. Those Adepts are going to come shading up. A couple of Adepts going over the right. A lot of Adepts down the bottom left. I mean, they're going to commit. This is just a case of TLDR that didn't have units in position. The Banes are going to chase those Adepts down. So if they commit to the shade, the Banes are going to blow them up. Adepts do not commit to the shade. They're going to run for this mineral line. Stalkers do have Blink to play chase down. Shameless, even if losing some probes here, it's not going to matter too much, I don't think, as some of his Stalkers over here as well. Not sure how or why. Next round of Adepts going to shade forward. Honestly, again, these Banelings just keep those Adepts from committing to the shade. It should be good. Join up, gather together. 8 meters coming through. Just going to see how a couple of units are going to step forward as well. Yes, we do have ourselves. I mean, again, Shaman just has so much supply. And he has Blink. He just has better supply as well. Stalkers and Blink is way better than Adepts and Glaives. We start to go Blink here as Jumi, but he's never going to catch up Stalker-wise. That's the one Adept there. We chase the other Adepts down. Other Adept's going to shade up. Continue to chase outward. So away we go. Stalkers, Disruptors, looking good here. I mean, this army looks amazing for the team that's also up a game in the series, a map away from winning this finals. We'll continue now with a few Stalkers going after the Mutalisks. Get rid of one Hatcher already. We are counterattacking this next in some trouble as we actually do have the Mutas though out and able to start playing defense. The Adepts around the mineral lines are going to be annoying, but again, tell me what kills this Stalker Disruptor force. Stalker Disruptor Immortal? I think nothing, as Eba's base is just going to melt away, so Eba's going to be kind of dead in the water in this game. Again, I mean, Eva is actually making 11 mutas right now. Actually, a lot of those are going to spawn on the low ground, so we should just sit here, even just killing some of the eggs and canceling their numbers. He actually doesn't realize what's about to spawn. If he did, I think he would have stood there and... No, I mean, how were you meant to know? But if you knew, you would have just stood there and fought that, as this is a pretty messy fight from Shameless. But, I mean, we're talking about 40 to 50 supply. GG, well played, and congrats. And that is a very cool result here in this one, as we are going to see Machine, Shameless, and Tiger winning the Warditv 3v3 event here in December. GG's and well played. They've been a very good team for a while. Cool to see them actually winning this one. Alright, GG's. And that is going to be it for today. You played your first 3v3 games together today. I know you guys aren't necessarily 3v3 team, but you guys were pretty good as well. So, yeah. This was actually a really fun tournament. This 3v3 event was actually really good. We had some really cool games. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm not going to hang around. Helen's not feeling great, so I'm going to go and sort some house stuff out. So you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you guys later. A couple of Star Trek things coming in. We just had an Anonymous reach level 6, and Draxmorn just reached level 6 as well. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are probably super close to unlocking your second ship as well, which is awesome. Get there. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate you going all the way to level 6 anyways. Again, like I say, level 6 and the second ship coming around at the same time. So if you're super close, then try and put that extra little bit in. If you want to check out the Star Trek and support the stream and our tournaments, do check it out. It's available for another 11 days. It does not have to be done while I'm streaming. You can do a bit here and a bit there. It will all add up over the next few days, so do check that out. Alrighty, guys. You guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys later. Set of ads on the outro, and I'll catch you guys next time. You guys take care of yourselves. I'll be back tomorrow. You saw that on Fleet Command last time I did it. That's okay. I appreciate it. We have done it before. So, I know not everyone can get involved, but, yeah. Thanks for still being here a couple of years later from doing that sponsorship. That's good enough for me. Alright, you guys have a great rest of your day. Appreciate you all. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys when we return tomorrow for the Leo League Cup qualifiers. Bye!